Gotta show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my rain when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I'll get it done. I said it before, I'm a one-on-one. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock it tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Gotta show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my rain when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on the in the air. Pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. You Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Stuff on the floor, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Stuff on the floor, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
Oh my goodness. Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the next podcast. Guys, I'm really excited for tonight's show. We got a couple things to talk about, a couple interesting topics. Of course, we got to deal with Microsoft slash Xbox's answer to what Sony's been saying down there in Brazil. Absolutely love that topic, man. We're going to get into couple other things. Mr. Staten on over at 343 is talking about Forge being a game when it releases. We're going to get into that as well. And of course, what week in the year 2022 wouldn't be complete without another game delay? So we got that to talk about as well. Shout out to the chat. What is going on, everybody? It's great to see you guys in here. Of course, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out on wherever you go to talk games on social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter. I don't care where you go to talk games, but there are other gamers there. They need a link to this show, like ASAP. So go ahead and do that for us. And we're going to get into the intros. And I'm going to start with the man talking about the original OG, man, hanging out. Like, I think he helped brainstorm the game called Pong with the controller with the little rotary for the control. Of course, it is Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, what is up, brother?
Hello. How's everybody doing? Let's get the show going. Thank you for being here. Let's go.
He's filled with so much energy tonight. Yeah, it's insane. Next on the list, this man, he likes to look at the business side of video games, but he also plays them as well. And I'm really interested to hear his take on the whole kind of like Federal Trade Commission and kind of like Xbox's response to PlayStation or whatnot. But it is Predator. Pred, what is up, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, I need you to do a poll real quick. I need you to figure out if it's Sony gets caught out or Sony gets called out, so we can see what the chat says.
That was your brainstorm.
Yeah, put that poll out there.
Put that poll out there, bro.
Money don't jiggle.
Get that out.
You're ugly. You are disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
That's just as bad as K Mega saying 2K football wasn't as good as Madden. Okay, come on.
I didn't say that in that way, but I'll clarify when it's my turn to talk.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. We're gonna get this show started, but I'm waiting on that poll to pop out.
Yeah. I'm typing, man. Sony gets, and I'm just gonna make underscores here.
So what's up, K Mega? How you doing today? Since he's taking his sweet ass time over here.
I know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good week. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this popping on.
Let me suck them titties, baby. Oh, yeah. Let me suck them titties, baby. Let me suck them titties, baby. Wow.
Anyway. Man, just good week. Putting you know what I'm saying, doing the Lord's work as always. Yeah, just ready to get onto the show. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to understand this Connecticut lingo on this title. And you know what? I mean, this is the reason why
you guys never heard of caught out.
Pay attention to the topics.
You guys never heard of somebody being caught out before?
No.
Caught out. No. Like if you're going for cookies,
oh, that even sound bad.
That don't even sound right.
Somebody sees you just got caught out.
No. That's a Connecticut thing. That is damn sure not an American thing.
Goodness.
That's damn sure not an Oklahoma
for some
thing.
reason, the little loading circle. I typed in the survey. The little loading circle is just taking forever.
Just keep making excuses.
Right.
Make
I mean, I could take a picture of it and put it in the DM.
No.
I want. I'm just saying.
But anyway, everything's good, man. Just enjoying time, man. Enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what I'm doing, man. That's it. That's it.
Axel, this show is not brought to you by Pornhub, but
I'm sorry.
If they are,
K-Mega was not properly introduced. Everyone introducing the mighty K-Mega 405, Mr. Game Completer, Mr. Get Them Achievement Points. Go, K-Mega.
X-Men, you are not on the show next week. Right off the bat, okay? That is a violation.
It is true.
It's a violation.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a horrible violation.
I beat Watch Dogs 2. I beat Plague's Tale. I beat something else, and then now I'm starting the Stranger's Paradise. So I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he wasn't introduced, Bot. I had to do it.
Yeah.
I did it. I did it for him, man.
Thank you. Craig sit there and show up, man. The brothers, man, listen, you outnumbered now. At first, when I first started the show, there's a lot of white folk in this motherfucker. Now it's brothers up in here, so you in trouble. You in trouble, Bot. You know what I'm saying? The host is never safe. Trust me, I know.
You do know I can mute the entire panel except for me, just with one click.
Man,
right? One click.
Connecticut is only 45 minutes all the way through. We'll catch you. You know what I'm saying? We'll find a way.
That is incorrect, sir, but that's fine.
Hey, Christine.
Oh, shit. Thank God, man. He wasn't here last week, guys. He was on vacation. He was on vacation.
I was in Vermont. I mean, I would love to watch K-Mega squirm where I was, but that's okay. A lot of mud, a lot of skeeters, by the way. A lot of skeeters.
What's a skeeter?
What's a skeeter?
Mosquito.
Mosquito?
Lots of skeeters.
Ain't nobody scared of
mosquitoes. It ain't in that dry land that you in. I'm talking you getting attacked from every single aspect.
That's a state bird of Texas. What are you talking about?
Thank you. What are you talking about?
State bird.
I live in Memphis. There's mosquitoes everywhere.
I think that's a horsefly.
Big ass
that's
mosquitoes,
man. Look, you come out here in this red clay if you want to and get man, you guys will be terrified if you scared of a mosquito.
Dude, Vermont's the mud capital of the world, bro.
Have you not seen the insects in my yard?
Yo, for real. For real.
And those
aren't insects. Those are mammals, sir.
So no, come on, man.
That tarantula had too much hair to be an insect, bro. It's not an insect anyway. But yeah, no. Yo, Crispy, I hope you had a good week off, man. We got some shit to talk about today, man. I think it's gonna be interesting, bro. You definitely looked at the topics, right?
Yeah, I looked at them. That doesn't mean I read them.
People, this is what I deal with my panel. I swear.
Love you long time, Bot. Love you long time.
All right, well, guys, let's get into it and let's get warmed up. Let's get started with a warm up. And of course, I know Pred's gonna love this. We are gonna warm up with a bit of Halo because the last few weeks, what happened?
I was just saying, even Slayer.
You got to start with Pred. You just have to. Oh, did he leave?
Yeah, he said he's out. He said hell no. Even Six Slayer is even saying, man, he's from the tri-state area, man. He ain't never heard that before.
Wow, so, man, yo, you guys get off
Tri-state area is only.
Let's go.
It's only New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York.
Crispy. Ask Crispy.
I don't need to ask Crispy. I know it's a real saying. I know
Crispy
it's a real
is not
saying.
going to agree with you. Crispy is not.
I'm not trying to put everybody in the middle of this. I know it's real. That's all that matters, bro.
What saying we're talking about?
I'm gonna let Pred
getting caught out. They're like, no, it's called out. I'm like, no, called out is a phrase, but so is caught out. Like, bro, you done caught out.
It doesn't even say getting in it, dude.
It's called out, bro.
There's two.
It's called out.
My panel does not respect me, and that's why they won't agree with me. If
I get what you're saying.
And
I get what you're saying. You're adding a new. Now maybe there's something new that comes from this because get caught out makes sense as well. But in my generation, you got called out,
my
motherfucker.
ex-girlfriends, I got
That's what it is.
out doing stuff I was not supposed to.
Well,
yes,
that's different.
I got caught out.
That is totally different, dude. That's 100%
out,
totally different.
I'm not touching that one. I ain't touching that one.
Bots on the
Let's
panel
move
like
on.
this.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's get into Halo Infinite. Let's get into Halo. Oh, let's get in.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Oh man.
Okay, here we go. Halo Infinite, guys. For the past few weeks, people who are, I guess, testing out the new Forge have been sharing kind of like clips and things that they've created. It seems to be sparking some excitement in the Halo community, especially people who do create maps and create experiences in Forge. Now, Staten, who basically took over kind of like the whole project for Halo Infinite now, Staten came out on Twitter, and I'm looking for it right now. I know it's in our messages. I just want to make sure I read this properly. So, Joseph Staten, basically the head of a Halo Infinite kind of like development, moving forward, said, "This early Forge work is so exciting and energizing. The actual launch of Forge is going to be a game changer. He's speaking for the Halo team. We can't wait to see what you all create." Now, I know there are people that are definitely on the side of, oh, I can't wait until Forge comes out. And I personally want Forge to come out as well, because I want to try the new Forge and see what I can do in creating kind of like team deathmatch type, balanced maps, which is what I did whenever I went into Forge to create maps in previous Halos. The interesting thing to me is game changer. And I'm a little concerned about this because I feel like the biggest problems when it comes to Halo Infinite right now, of course, is content. All right? But it's official 343 content. Content that should have been lined up and ready to go for a game that is a game as a service. I believe that is the biggest problem. And I personally don't look at Forge like it's quote unquote savior, because I still feel like 343 needs to come out with their maps and such and bring out the content that they have created, because at the end of the day, that is always, in my opinion, going to be better than like a playlist of fan made stuff. But I know I'm probably going to go to the person who is going to disagree with me the most at first, but I could be wrong though. But I'm going to go to K Mega on this one. K Mega, stating out here, he's hyped about Forge, saying it's going to be a game changer. Me, myself, I don't necessarily see it as that, because I still look at it like 343 needs to come out with official content like on their end. There's always going to be more polish, more balance and stuff like that when it comes to those that are coming out from the developer. I gotta know, what do you think about this, man? Are you looking at Forge the same way that Staten is, or what's going on? How do you feel, man?
I'm not looking at it as the same way as Staten is, but it is definitely a game changer. I can't co-sign everything that you're saying. I mean, of course I want new maps that's made from 343, but if you've seen any of the leaks and designs that is being made, like, it is highly impressive. It's beyond impressive. From one of the ones that stand out to me is somebody made a Doom, a Doom type of setting where you're inside of a volcano where lava's flowing and you're running through and jumping around like you're the Doom guy. It was highly impressive. And then of course there was eerie and dark like different places to different maps and things like that. And then they even did an Attack on Titan type of setting to where like they had a big one of the soldiers, he was standing over like really like a Titan and just looking down while everybody's fighting, or the things running around. Like, everything that you're going to see from what Forge is going to bring is going to be something that we've never seen in Halo before. And there's no question. I mean, me and Don has talked to me, Don, and One Bad Mother has talked about this as well. There will be some of those maps that will be converted into maps for Halo Infinite, because it is so well designed. It is so next level for what they're doing. So yeah, it is going to be the savior of a lot of people going in and playing the game and seeing this for themselves, and the creativity from not only from the PC community, but from the Xbox community, and what they can do. And hell, if they can even combine forces, oh my God, like we'll be seeing some amazing shit. The only thing that I don't know, if they do find a way to implement this into some of those Forge maps, is to where they could do the competitive stuff, and you can still get your level ranked up. Yeah, that will definitely change.
Ranked with Forge maps.
Oh my God, that would be tasty. Well, I'm saying in the sense of like where you can level up your character, get some of those get with your battle pass and shit like that. You sit there and you
Mega,
can rank up and things like that. Yeah,
check this. This is what I'm concerned about, and I think you noticed because you spent time in this game, Halo 5, Halo 5 Guardians. When the studio was supporting the content and the content was coming out every month, it was insane. But let's be real. Once that stopped, they hung everything on the Forge. And if you go back and you play the PvP multiplayer now, like they have really, like I would say 3 out of 4 times that you're in a match, it's on another like Forge made map, and I don't want that to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I don't see a problem with it if you look at all the designs that I've seen. Like, I mean, I don't know how many you've seen.
They all use the same kind of like buildings to build it, and like I know they're all different, and I'm not taking away from the creativity from the people doing it, but there's something in it that just makes them all together, because they're all using like the gray building with the blue, or the gray building with the red.
I disagree 100%. Like I said, there's the Doom stage. There's another stage. Like I'm saying, you must not have seen them all, and I know that I haven't seen them all, but I have seen quite a bit. And they are, and the sad thing about it is that some of them, I mean, all of them are just only for show, like the people show, because they're only there for a day, because they can't keep that. They're only testing it. But that just gives more, because I think what you're talking about is what we're seeing. What I was told is when you that they can only show so much. They'll lose those assets. They only keep, once they show them, then the assets is gone. I think they only keep them from when they done. Show them, okay, done. But afterwards, I think that they'll have even more tools once Forge Unleashed. I think their tools are limited right now, and for what we're seeing with limited tools is absolutely incredible.
Yo, like, it's incredible, but check this out. When you're talking about the Doom one, which sounds interesting, like where would they put that in terms of like multiplayer PvP maps? Because it sounds like they mess with like the movement and everything like that to be more vertical, the way kind of like Doom Eternal is and stuff. So like you wouldn't see that on a matchmaking kind of like
it's vertical, but it's not. But it's Halo vertical. It's not a Doom vertical. It's just that the atmospheres, everything that you see. Like, okay, so one map. Okay, there was I can't remember what that damn map. It's the little town that's in Halo Infinite. Well, somebody redid the whole town as though it was abandoned, and so there's trees, there's leaves, there's all time.
They said they were inspired by a jungle has grown in Halo 5 overgrowth. Like they slammed. Well, they slammed what map they were making, but they said they were inspired by overgrowth to make that.
Okay, yeah,
kind of like overgrown trees and stuff like that. Yeah.
See things like that is going to go a long way in a lot of people seeing something fresh and new. Because if there's anything that people can say about Halo Infinite's maps, they're all good in their own way, especially when you're playing competitive. They're designed perfect.
Yeah, the balance on the maps are really good. There's not a lot of them, but they're really good.
Yeah, that's the problem. But they don't have a lot of creativity with them. Like like with some in certain shooters, you can look at some places and then just get kind of immersed into the map. Like I did that a lot in Warzone and Halo 5, or when I was playing with Halo 3, like when you get different type of biomes and stuff like that. Like that type of stuff is what I feel that's missing within Halo Infinite on their multiplayer side. I mean, that you got there's not enough big team battle map, and the regular Slayer maps, they're good, but like I said, they all kind of have this same type of looking setting. People adding stuff to it in Forge, that will go a long way, and for people feeling like it's fresh and new until they start implementing their own maps into it. So like that. So like Forge will definitely it will make sure that people will stay engaged for a long time until they get all their ducks in a row. I think that it will once they drop it, it will keep gamers enthralled until the end of the year, and then by that time, I feel that like that's when they're going to start season 3, and then that's when we get more content and things like that. So I think Forge is definitely going to be a game changer enough for people to wet the palate and then get season 3, and then at that point in time, by 2023, I feel like Halo Infinite is going to start coming into its own way, because Forge is going to be a lot more familiar to a lot of people, and then the floodgates will start to open. Yeah, but it's not going to be the complete savior for everybody to come back that was there when Halo Infinite first started. That's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but it will bring more people back, and it will keep people engaged for a little while.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
I hear you on that, and I'm not saying that nobody's going to come back, because of Forge, especially from what I'm seeing with like the tool set and what people can create. I believe somebody made the PT demo with Forge as well, or at least like the environment of the demo, and that was crazy,
right?
So
like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's some really cool, like a lot of people. There was one, I don't know if you've seen the Alien Isolation one. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not playing that. I'm like, but see, that's kind of like what I feel a lot of people are looking for from Halo, because Gears has always done that. They gave you an element of great action, but kind of a fearful kind of notion. Like I'll always tell people, look, man, I ain't fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I had a choice to go in Halo's universe or Gears universe, I'm staying 10,000 million light years away from damn Gears universe. That's too goddamn much for me. Let me tell you, you know what I'm saying? Let me fight the Covenant. Gears shit is next level, and there's some areas where it's creepy, it's dark, it makes you feel the tension. Halo, to me, there's only been 1 or 2 times where I felt that tension. Where you seen it in Halo 3, where that one big ass plant thing that grabbed you and was talking to you. That shit.
The Great Mine.
I forgot what that thing. The Great Mine. Yeah, that shit was creepy. I like that. But that's the thing that Halo needs, is that dark, sinister feel and then creepiness. So if they can start doing that, not only with the maps that could generate, like, I mean, just think about Infection, playing Infection in those type of maps that's kind of similar to Alien Isolation and Doom and all these other type of, like you said, the PT maps and stuff like that. That really sets a tone of not only creepiness but fun, like crazy fun. That's why I'm saying, like, a lot of people will be engaged more so than they've been here for the last 4 months. So it's going to really get things popping, and I can't wait. So I do feel that Forge is going to save Infinite for this year.
I'll meet you halfway on something, K-Mega, because again, I can hear, I definitely hear what you're saying about kind of like grabbing the gamers out there and bringing them back to check out this new stuff. The only thing I will say, I want to know if you think this is going to happen when they release it. To make it viable, to have people in there and taking part in all these different things that people are creating. I think they need a special playlist that like has like highlights a few of those maps and kind of generates where it'll drop people in. You know, say maps are PvP related, so you know you click in PvP related and it'll kind of like bring you into maps that were created. I think there needs to be a special section playlist when they
like in
release
Halo
Forge.
5, yeah, like they did in Halo 5. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, because that's why I never leveled up, because I was playing all those Forge maps when you playing.
Don had you playing Sumo. Don had you playing Sumo, bro.
I was playing that. I was playing Crap and them had me playing in the where there was the kids room and there was a Mario stage, and I was playing all of those maps. And then I looked and I'm seeing, why is everybody leveled up and I'm not? Because that's where I was living there for years. And then all of a sudden I get back and you know what I'm saying, I get back into Halo 5, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh shit, I'm playing custom matches. I'm not playing ranked and shit like that. So then I got back and I got my level close to 150. But I just it was just it's incredible that you know how much Halo 5 had in it. Now the one thing that I will hope for, I pray for, is that somebody gets out there and makes a Warzone type of mode in Infinite. That then I'll live on Halo Infinite. That'll be something I'll jump on 2-3 times weekly. Because I mean, Warzone was just something that was just absolutely epic for me,
dude. It is so funny. And K-Meg, I am gonna move on to another person from here, but I think I think it's so funny because Warzone was such a highly contested game mode when Halo 5 came out. And of course, you know, the rec pack system and people were claiming pay to win and all that good shit. So there was a lot of controversy around it. But now
a lot of
that
people didn't play Halo 5. They got caught.
But now that we're on to Infinite, people are like, damn, man, I miss that mode. I miss that mode. And there's a big part of the community. It's like, yo, bring back Warzone. Or at least something like it. That big
people want the rec packs back.
Yo, for real. For real. And this is why it is so unfortunate for the way that 343 has kind of like, I dare I say, evolved over the last few years, because they're never going to make everybody in the Halo community happy, right?
Never.
The Halo community is the perfect example of a community where you make the game that you want to make, and you let part of the community bitch while the other part praises it, and then everybody is playing it anyway. And they didn't do that when it came to Halo Infinite. They tried to go kind of like, you know, back to Halo's roots and stuff like that. But this is definitely an example of where developers really should have just kept going with their vision of the franchise moving forward, and not kind of pull back and try to get those retro fans back in there. But Predator, bro, Forge, Staten saying it's a game changer, bro. Do you see it as that big when it drops, or are you in the boat with me? I'm like, yo, 343 needs to bring their content out.
Oh yeah, man, I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing. No, I mean, real talk. So you kind of just said this too. So like, you're like, they're never gonna make the Halo everybody wants. So why not use something like Forge so those people can make the Halo they want, right? So that's what they're banking on, I guess, in some sense. Like, you know, like I can see, and you got to think of like some of these knuckleheads on PC, and it's just in the modding community in general. I mean, I've seen these guys do amazing shit. You know, they know what they're doing. So why not give those guys a chance to make, you know, the hardcore Halo fans out there that claim they're hardcore should be the ones in here making these awesome fucking maps that everyone wants to play. And, you know,
absolutely.
And eventually, you know, 343 will say, hey, this map is made by this person. We're going to sponsor it or whatever. And that's what you're going to get into at some point too. So I think it's going to extend the life of the game to some degree. I think K Mega kind of said it's not going to bring some of these people back, but like for the people who are the hardcore ones, I think it'll keep them around a little bit longer. They probably would have stayed anyway, and it might extend the life of the game. So, like, what season are we in Halo now?
We're still season
We're still in 2.
Still season 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so like, I mean, they're not doing anything. I mean, like, so why not let the fucking fan base that's been complaining about it do something? It's almost like, I mean, this could have been a free to play standalone fucking mode, you know, to go along with, you know, the multiplayer for Halo. To be honest with you, this could have been released
I'll have it
as a
sectioned
beta
off
on
as
PC.
well. Like,
yeah, and just like, you know, have the base game, have the multiplayer portion, you know, free to play, and then have this portion free to play as well. But that'd be a little weird because it's like 3 different, you know, people are like, we're confused, you know, what's an X and what's the Series S and whatever, because they can't get that shit right either. But like, I'm almost upset that it's taking so long to get this out, because this would have kept people that were originally in the game when the game first launched, might have kept them in the game while 343 was fucking off trying to make their shit to get their shit right. So I understand your concern, Xbot, but I'm going to kind of disagree with you too. I still think that they're going to, with the modding community anyway, the ones that are good, not these stupid ass fucking maps that you're talking about. That, you know, people just making this dumb shit, you know, like, but the ones that will, as long as there's a server where you kind of filter out the trash, or maybe like you were saying, like how like it seemed like you were just playing those maps that were made by people instead of from the studio themselves. If you can filter that out as well, and maybe say, okay, I like this map, put this in my game rotation, like give the players a little bit more flexibility in what maps they can pick as favorites and choose to play. Because there's some shit you may not want to see in your rotation, but there's also shit like, let's say you find a map that you love. Somebody's make this awesome map, be able to share with your friends. Say, hey, let's play this map. You know, like, and get everybody into it and put it in the server. You know, like I mean, I think I will say, even though people talk shit about Battlefield servers were fucking amazing. The ones that were done right. The people who had their custom servers done right, you know, the playlists or whatever. So if they can get something like that on that level where people want to come to your server and play in your server, then I mean, I can see it flourishing. But if it's just going to be a bunch of dumb shit, who's doing random stupid shit in there, and it's like doesn't make any sense how you're playing the game, then no. I mean, like, hey, maybe rec packs can be in there, but I haven't played it.
they're not coming back with rec packs. They are
maybe
all in.
Maybe they put them in there, whatever. But
they are all in on the system that they have now, and that's pretty much, because that's the bread and butter to them when it comes down to it. Season passes, the cosmetics that can be bought, like that's where they're gonna make all their money. You know, when it comes down to it, especially, you know, it's.
And then speaking of money, like, I mean, I've seen this happen before. I think Battlefield did this at one point in time. You had to buy a server.
Good old Battlefield.
Do you think they would do something like that?
What, you get your own server?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That would
you have to pay
that
for
would
it,
be
though.
nasty. That would actually
do that. Yeah,
Microsoft would be the type that would just compensate you for if it's successful.
Right, like I don't think they would charge you for it, but I think that they could do something like that where they would say that if they did something like that, my God.
Yo, but that would be.
We have an Xbox server with a next podcast server.
Yeah, that's what I would definitely do. Next podcast server.
Deep.
And then you put your own, like, you can use other people's playlists in there that you enjoy to play, and it could just be a bunch of people that we all like gaming with or something like that.
See that?
We have a game night.
Work.
Hey, we can have a game night again.
Oh shit! See, I like that. I like that with the you know, paying monthly for a server, because, you know, but you said Battlefield does that. I know Ark does that as well.
I don't know about this Battlefield, but I know the old Battlefield.
No,
like Battlefield 4
this Battlefield don't. I mean, yeah,
Battlefield 4 did.
Battlefield 4 still does it.
Yeah,
you can still buy servers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
I bought servers for about 6 months with Battlefield 4.
Well, guys, let me just give you a little context into why I'm concerned about this. I talked to somebody that kind of has an in over at Playground Games, right? And I was talking about the Hot Wheels expansion. And trust me, I'm going to link this together. I was talking about the Hot Wheels expansion, which I absolutely love. But if I have one complaint about the Hot Wheels expansion, it's over way too fast. In my opinion, I felt like there wasn't a lot of races there in comparison. I just thought that there wasn't a lot to do. Like there could have been more. And with talking to my quote unquote insider, I was told that it was made specifically like that because they were going to lean heavy on people making their own Hot Wheels tracks and sharing them with the community as well. And when it comes down to it, I know they're not 343, they're Playground, but there are certain ideologies that kind of spread across the first party studios. You know, things that Microsoft wants their developers kind of like stay focused on, and if they're trying to focus on gamer creation, the customer, created content and stuff like that. See, that would give me another warning sign that they're going to lean very heavy on Forge as well for a significant amount of time in terms of getting new maps and new content into Infinite. And
that's because it's successful. They've already proven that.
I like I said, me myself, I want 343 maps. I'm excited for Forge, but in the end, and I know a lot of people do a lot of do crazy jobs. To me, there's still nothing like that developed multiplayer map from the developers that made the game. That's me personally. But Crispy, what do you think about this news? Forge, do you consider it a game changer? What they've been showing out there on Twitter and other social media, people have been doing some crazy stuff with Forge. Do you think this is a game changer when it comes out?
I've already seen it. It's definitely possible as long as people put the work in. I mean, at this point, like I feel like Bethesda's slowly bleeding into Xbox, but also Xbox has proven that themselves with Minecraft. The content creation, how they've built things. I mean, it's all through Minecraft. But not only that, like you look at, Bethesda with Fallout and Skyrim, like people have modded the hell out of both of those games. People enjoy doing this, so why take that away from them? If anything, they are embracing it by releasing Forge. I mean, I saw somebody that built basically a Reach cutscene that was live gameplay, but it was a cutscene in Reach in the game with Forge, and I was like, wow, okay. So for the Halo community that are like diehards, like some of you guys, you might love it, and it's going to be probably somebody else creating. I'm like you. We had the escape. You could build the escape mode. I didn't do none of that in Gears. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't down for that, but I also played people that built. Played with people that built their little build for escape. And it was interesting, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the same thing. Like Forge is going on another level for this.
Yeah.
And I think this is a little bit of Bethesda bleeding in a little bit and saying, you know what? You're free to play. Let's give them a reason to buy, at least invest in Game Pass or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And to my knowledge, Forge is not free. So guess what? It's a reason for some of these, like even PC gamers to be like, well, I'm down for that. I see a lot of people that love doing that type stuff, just, modding things and making them better if the game allows it. Like you saw it with it when God of War came to PC, like people are putting freaking Master Chief in there and stuff like that. But that's like bare minimum compared to what you're doing in Forge. And that's pretty cool. I mean, is it like, gonna hit the certain hardcore that doesn't mess around with stuff like that, just wants it the way that it is? No, it's not gonna touch that at all. They're gonna be like, no, this is horrible. But as we just said, change should happen, right? I mean, people are going to hate it, and some people are going to love it. So let's embrace the change. He's saying it's a game changer. Well, guess what? That's change, right? So I think he's being honest. I think he thinks it's going to be something special. There's going to be people that are going to be playing with 4 other people and somebody that created this one campaign part of could be any of the Halos, and they built the entire world and they added the AI and everything else. And people are going to be so obsessed with it because in higher graphics, everything else, it's in the game itself, but it looks exactly. People are that crazy, okay? And the people that play it with that person or just play it because it's there are going to lose their mind. And that's where you go and say, I've seen it in Minecraft a million times at this point. You know what I mean? Like, people build a world and people have a ton of fun in their world that they built, not anybody else.
People made a working computer in Minecraft.
That's, and it's
insane.
Like stuff that's not even possible, like technically in the game, and it still happens. And I've seen it in, like, dude, literally, I played Fallout 4. They had like doors, like you're walking into different dimensions, and it was absolutely wild. It was crazy. And I had to sign in because I didn't want to lose my achievements. I still have them, but I signed in on my buddy's account who was already doing this stuff. And I'm like, wow, like, what is this? And like, one door you'd go in, you'd have infinite ammo. Another door you'd go in, you'd have like no ammo, but you'd have like the highest power armor. Like, it was crazy. And this person made this. And that's where I go and say, maybe Bethesda's bleeding in a little bit. And also Microsoft knows that it's not a bad thing to allow content creators or creators themselves that have really probably went to school and probably gotten, I didn't get this job. I didn't get this job. And kind of like, all right, I'm going to go and get paid. That's what it comes down to. But they still are able to build these type of worlds inside of a game. I mean, how many people have touted Dreams and PlayStation for God knows how long? But I mean, to be honest, what you can do in that particular game, quote unquote, is a lot of things. So, why not take something that is beloved like Halo and allow people to do the same type of things? I think it's pretty cool.
Nice. Now, one of the things that you said, Crispy, that is really kind of sticking with people in the chat, and it's kind of sticking in my head, was when you're questioning about, like, basically saying Forge isn't free, and that's something I don't think a lot of people have thought about in terms of when Forge releases. Is it releasing with the $60 campaign? Is it releasing as part of the free-to-play PvP? Like, I don't think we know that yet, Ben. And I never even thought about it, like, in terms of, people being charged for it.
As of right now, to my knowledge, you have to at least have Game Pass. As of right now. I mean, I think we can all agree with that. As of right now, I would say you have to have Game Pass to be able to use it, or you have to have PC Game Pass. That's what I would say.
I would say
if you got Game Pass or if you bought the game, one or the other.
Yeah,
and that as well. Yeah, and no, I'm saying for the bare minimum.
Get ready for the fake outrage, man. When that information, hits center stage, when it's like, oh, it's not just free for everybody. You mean you gotta have Game Pass, or you would have to buy the game? Remember the YouTuber that got pissed off that he has to spend like $10 on a subscription?
Do you know what I would say to that?
Games, they can spend $10.
But do you know what I would say to that? Where's Last of Us 2 Factions? Where is it at?
Where is it? Where is Factions? I mean, what about it?
That's all.
That's a great question. Where is Factions, people?
Because that's the multiplayer that was supposed to be included with the game at some point, and they changed their mind.
Where is it, people? Sir X-Man, Halo Forge again, staying coming out, and I don't think he's gonna come out and just be like, oh yeah, no, it's okay. Like he's hyping it up, but he's calling this Forge a game changer. Dude, what do you think, sir?
No,
I
don't believe that. Because if you don't have any, like K Mega said, and you said, if we're waiting for your new multiplayer maps, Forge is fine, It's cool, but you never put it. You'll never. I don't ever see them put it in a rotation on somebody's Forge map in the history of Forge.
Oh, dude,
So
you just
you.
gotta go to Halo 5, man. You
But
go
I'm
you go into
talking about.
PvP.
I'm talking about in the rotation for rank. You
Okay,
did
maybe
have.
not
You
rank.
did. You were able to play non-rank with custom Forge maps,
Yeah.
but I've never seen it in a rank match. So unless you're gonna offer that for the cream of the crop for the best maps, you know, it's not gonna go well with people because you can't rank up, you can't level up, which makes a difference as far as you getting your perks, and your new armament and all that stuff that you offer in packages in the game, you know? Like you guys have to level up in rank matches so you can get those perks that they offer with seasons. So it's not gonna go all that good if you can't level it up for your season prizes and perks. And don't freak out. I re-downloaded Halo 5 Guardians so I can play some of those old maps. I put it back
Great
on my
game.
Xbox, dude,
Great game.
because I miss I miss the multiplayer there. I miss Breakout. I miss Warzone. Even the big giant Warzone. You know what I'm saying? Where it's pretty much just a death match with bots in it. That was fun too. We don't have that.
No, I
Pretty
hear you.
much it. Pretty much Halo Infinite. It's a good game. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great game mechanically, physically, and even the terrains and the maps that they do have, they're great, but it's not enough. I remember people playing when Halo came out, and all the maps kept coming out in rotation, brand new all the time. All the new modes coming out in previous Halo. You would have people still playing Halo more right now if this stuff was out early. Forge or no Forge, And I'm sorry, I guess I'm just an old school Halo person. It's like they're not living up to how Halo is supposed to be. Even in the OG Xbox when Halo 2 came out, we had maps every year to 8 months. New maps just dropped.
Well,
We
yeah,
don't
back then
have that
there were
anymore.
map packs. Now,
Yeah,
with Halo 5, man, it was like,
it was just ridiculous. Download after download.
once they started with like they had a good roadmap, and every single month they had new maps, they had new modes, they had new weapons,
Manic,
new
the
skins.
mechanics were good and
Yeah.
everything, dude. I never had a problem with the shooting mechanics in Halo 5.
Oh no,
You
no,
know?
not at all. Not at all.
And I'm like, oh man, when they brought Lockout back and they put it in Halo 5, man, I was in love. That's one of my favorite maps, dude. That and Midship. Oh
Oh
man.
damn, midship.
Mid
Nice.
midship. I don't see why they can't come back with that now. There's no excuse. You're working on Forge, but you need to be working on those older maps or new maps for your fans if you're gonna keep them.
Yeah, I
I'm
got you, man.
just being real. It's sad when Call of Duty come out with more than Halo. I've never seen
Oh,
that. Usually Halo is at the top of coming out with DLC.
shots fired, man.
More than Call of Duty.
There's gonna be
More than
some
Call of Duty.
there's gonna be
More than
some
Battlefield.
first party studio rivalry once this Activision deal gets settled. 343, and of course, Sledgehammer and all them for Call of Duty. It's gonna be interesting, man. I
Yeah, I'm just listening. Saying what I feel, from how I feel inside about the Halo, man. I say it again, and even all of us can agree, they need to do better than what they're
Absolutely.
doing. They
And
need
that
to do
comes from a
better.
Gears fan.
Even Gears gets DLC more than Halo. Halo used to get more DLC than Gears back in the day. That's the truth. I'm
Nice,
done.
nice, man. Like I said, I'm excited for Forge. I want to see when it comes to stuff I make balanced PvP maps. That's my whole thing. I don't make like these weird different kind of like experiences or anything. I try to make really balanced maps, control the power weapons type situations, kind of like, you know, traditional Halo. But you know, it's good to see that Forge is coming out, that it's doing good, that people are, you know, excited and they're using it to, you know, create some crazy stuff. But let's be real, until there is a roadmap and actual 343 content is coming
Hey,
out
Bot.
on a regular basis, I don't think
Hey, Bot, real quick. When you make a map, can you bring back Halo Golf like they did in Guardians? That was the shit.
Halo
I love
Golf.
that. Yeah, they
That sounds
made
like a lot of
golf
programming.
mode and Halo mode. It was so incredible, dude. It was so much fun.
Sounds like a lot of programming for what the players need to do and stuff. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at the tool set and stuff when it comes out and see what I can do. But again, team deathmatch is, you know, balanced maps. That's more my thing. You know, before we get into like kind of like the main topic, there's something I did want to touch on. I believe the information did come out last week, but we didn't cover it on the show. And that is the Game Pass family plan, which is being tested in a couple regions right now. And according to like kind of like the leaked information, I believe it's up to 5 people can share one account, and the account is going to be about $25 per month, which that's astounding in my opinion, to only go up $10 from Ultimate. And we are talking about Ultimate here as well. When it comes to this, the family plan, from what I've seen, it deals with Game Pass Ultimate. So five people, $25 a month. Let's see. Let's go with Sir X-Man on this one. Sir X-Man, what do you think about what we're hearing about the family plan? And when we started talking about this, when it was kind of like a rumor, one thing I was kind of concerned about is if they do this family plan, they might take away the 2 different keys that you get for Game Pass, like the digital and the one that you have on your base Xbox. So in other words, like game sharing will kind of like no longer exist in those terms. It would either be the family plan or just the singular. And I'm not sure if I'm concerned that they're going to take away that core way that they you know, they have the game sharing. But Sir X-Man, what do you think about the news that about this family plan? Does it seem logical? Does the price seem reasonable? What are your thoughts, man?
No, I don't think they're going to take away the game share. They'll keep that if you just want to stay single and don't want a family plan. They won't take that away from people. Microsoft is known for, you know, they do take stuff away, but I don't think they want to piss off that many people when they just
I think
really
they came out with a survey of what people wanted more, whether it was that game share or whether they wanted us to go into a family
where you make it a home, where you make it somebody else's Xbox your home. Yeah, I know. I don't think they'll get rid of that, but I think they will give people more options. But then they'll say you can't game share anymore. That's what I think.
So if you sign up for the family plan, you can't game share.
Right, you won't be able to game share because
I'm thinking
you're
they're
adding
restrict that somehow.
technically, think about it. Say like 10,000 people decide to go into the family share when it comes. So that's 40,000 new viewers or something like. I mean, new
50,000 if you use all 5 on the account. 50,000.
Right, there's 5 people, yeah. So that'd be 50,000 new subscribers to boost your subscriber rating. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They could use that to say, look how many people we got in Game Pass now.
I mean, yeah, they definitely like using those
well,
numbers.
They would say active users. That's what they would say.
No, because technically, if you think about it, you're adding 5 more people to a plan. That's 5 more subscriptions.
Yeah, but that's also 5 different gamer tags, technically.
No, but it's the system. But the system is going to recognize it as 5 more subscribers. legitimate subscribers. They don't have.
So
the
they
game.
would be able to gauge what it is, because not everybody's going to, like, yes, a young child would use her father or mother's, gamer tag, but other than that, I mean, for the most part, you would, if you were doing the family plan, you would have 5 separate gamer tags, which would allow them to say, okay, like maybe some people signed up for the family plan and only have 3, but it's still more logical than what they were paying before. You know what I'm saying? So
no,
then
Crispy,
they would be able to be more accurate with that.
When I had the family plan on the original Xbox, they actually counted that as paid subscriptions. It was $99, and remember, it's $60 per subscription back then at a time.
Well, we can't talk about that because subscriptions.
No, we got to. This is
PlayStation doesn't have subscriptions unless it's Game Pass, which that's what everybody acts like. It's just hilarious. It's actually hilarious.
Sony likes to use their their what do you call that damn thing again that they have?
Hardware
PlayStation
sales?
Plus. No, they PlayStation Plus, which is originally just $60 a year. Normally it's $60 a year for just PlayStation Plus. That's what they're using against Game Pass. We had that discussion last week.
Well, but Sir X-Man, if you got a family plan for Xbox Live Gold,
each one would count as a subscription.
But that kind of makes sense because each account has to be linked for gold.
Gold, official gold. When my sons used to look at their account, they can look at their own separate account. They can see that they were gold. So that counted as a subscription. So you had 4 people on one plan. So say if somebody has their own separate plan, even though you bought the family plan that they're giving, they'll be able to go to Xbox Live and look and see their subscription options. It will be set up as a subscription. You should be able, if you do it like that.
I'm not too sure about that, man. I'm gonna be on the wait and see part in terms of how they're.
That's what I'm saying. Pretty much all we can do is wait and see. Also,
yeah. In terms of how they're identifying it per each of the 5 people, I'm not too sure if it's gonna be like a separate title.
Don't count it like that. Don't count it like it, because if that's the case, you're diminishing your subscriber base.
Well, but like Crispy said, it will be active users, and that number would be higher, and that's pretty much the number that they use anyway. Would be active users.
Yeah, but if you count each one,
they've already used 22 million active users for Forza. Yeah. I'm just saying that's they didn't say anything else. They said active users. Okay, I mean that's
count it.
They already told us they were doing this, and PlayStation's going to follow because they don't have a choice.
They pretty much don't.
They ain't doing nothing like that.
I mean, that's into another topic, but that's okay.
Yeah, we can see how shook Sony really is right now in terms of gaming, man. It's kind of crazy. But yo, Pred, what do you think about this family plan? And do you see what I'm saying? I'm not sure if you remember that poll, that survey that they had. It was a while back when they first started kind of thinking about the possibility of a real possibility when it came to a family plan. But they were asking would you want that over kind of the game share option that we have now with the 2 keys? I don't know. What do you think about this family plan? The information's came out so far.
I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, there's some some small stipulations that would kind of stray me into not doing it, but I think if you have if you're paying, because I have 2 daughters that both are on Xbox Live. I game share with one, the other one's she got her own shit. So, but if I had to add her as well to a subscription, I'd have to buy a brand new monthly subscription just for her. So it will balance out with 3 users. If you're gonna have more than 3, it's definitely going to be beneficial for you to do it that way. But I was sitting here as you guys were talking about the whole active user thing. So keep in mind, Microsoft already does this. That's what Office 365 is, right? They're already. So this is what they count as far as an active user for Office 365. And I'm gonna read it from what I'm reading right now at the Microsoft website. An active user of Microsoft 365 products are any user who have performed any of the following actions: mark as read, send messages, create appointments, send meeting requests, accept a tentative. I'm just going to pause right there. But like anytime you use it, that like so basically, if you log on to Xbox Live, you're counted as an active user.
Yes, sir.
Period. Based off of what they're doing with Office right now. So, I mean, I can add up to 5 people on my Office 365 account, and they're going to count as an active user as soon as they open up Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever. So they count. So the people who are going to be added to your subscription service, they count. If you think about it, it's just they're getting charged less money per person. Think of it that way. So if I buy, let's say I'm stupid and I buy the account for 5 people for $25 a month, even as one person, I count, they still get the $25. So if they count 3 people, they still get the $25. It's just, divide that by 3. It's just cheaper for us as a consumer per person, but Microsoft's still getting their money. You're just getting it at a discounted rate if you think of it that way. So, I'm all for the plan, but it depends on how many people I'm going to have on it. If it's just me and my daughter, I'll keep it as it is now because I can game share. But if they take away game sharing, that's going to be the difference right there.
Yeah.
If they take it away and I can't do that with my daughter anymore, they're forcing me now to get another subscription for her, I'm going to be forced into the family plan at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I will propose is say, here's your base rate for 2 people is what it is now. But once you add a third, we'll add another $5 or whatever per person and go from there. That makes more sense to me. So if I want to add, and you can add up to say you can add to 5 people and it caps out at $25. You see what I'm saying? That makes more sense to me as a consumer. But again, I don't work for Microsoft. They don't call me. I haven't applied for any positions over there. But
that's why I think you got to apply, sir.
So for me, to me, if they did it that way, it would kind of be beneficial for both us and them. But if they just say, and again, this is all assuming they get rid of game sharing.
Well, is that do you remember that survey? Like it was a while back.
Yeah, I remember it. It was like over a year ago, I think.
Yeah, so it's definitely a viable concern then, right? I'm not just okay.
Because keep in mind they're constantly trying to find more ways to make this more profitable for them. Hence the fact that they were going to like what they did with Xbox Live Gold a while back, and they're going to raise the price on it.
Tried to double it.
Yeah. What did they do with? What was it that they did a while back, and we all went up in arms over it?
They tried to double up the price of gold.
Gold, that's what it was. Yeah. So so they're back there in the back cooking some shit up to make more money off the shit. So it's just a matter of how they're going to do it and how they're going to word it to the consumer. So they're looking at their options right now, and so with them trying it out now, obviously it's in the works, but how they're going to present it to the public is something completely different. But I kind of hope again, and I think it's a great value, especially if they start adding. We start getting. We're already getting EA games in there. If we get a Steam library in there, that'd be great. You can do PC gaming on it. If you imagine how much money you're saving just for having Game Pass. We talk about this every year. Your what you spend per year covers like 2 games, maybe 3 that you don't have to purchase. So and so for us it's a bargain. But they're gonna try to recoup some of that money they're losing by us not buying $60 or $70 games, at some point. So I can see them either increasing the price or kind of tweaking the service a little bit where we're going to have to, do something. That's just business sense. They're not going to give you, hey, here's 5 more subscriptions. We're not going to charge you anything more than what we're paying you now. It's fun to have active users, but if you're not spending any money as an active user, and we just if you're just sitting there with your subscription service and you're just playing the games that are in there, how are they making money off of that? You got to spend money somewhere. You got to spend extra money somewhere to make up that difference.
Oh, they've been catching me, man. Like Halo Infinite, I definitely bought armor sets when it came
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like stuff like that, like those.
When it came to Forza Horizon, I bought that Elite bundle, even though I was playing the game through Game Pass.
Yeah, or you end up buying a game anyway because you want to play it early. You know, you want to get those because I know I did it. I bought Forza early. I paid the max or whatever it was, the ultimate edition, whatever it was, so I could play it like 3-5 days early. But I'm not gonna do that every single time. But like, there's other games I'm not gonna do that for. But I mean, they're gonna get their money out of you some way because like, keep in mind how many games does a person buy on average per year? Like, I mean, before Game Pass came along. Three,
Yeah,
right? That's what the average is, right?
Yeah.
But that's what they're making off of Game Pass. That's what you're spending on Game Pass per year.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
So they're getting
Right?
that. They're getting that average. Then they're getting all the extra microtransactions.
All the extra shit on top of it. That's why they're being profitable. So they're gonna, again, they're still trying to figure out ways to make more money because that's what businesses do. So they're gonna try and make more money out of this somehow, some way. That's where the $25 comes in, right? So so now they're getting, because I'm paying $15 now. They're gonna get 10 more bucks out of me as a subscription service per year. I mean, per month, basically. So I mean, yeah. So that, I mean, I'm not gonna say and punch the numbers right now, but that's gonna be a shitload more money for them. Even my kids never play the games, and that's what they're hoping for. It's like a gym membership. They're hoping you don't use it. They want you to spend that yearly subscription and never come in there, and then be like, "Man, I bought this gym membership," and you'll use it for the first month or two, and you'll be like, "Man, I'm tired. Fuck this." And you won't go to the gym anymore. But now you got that subscription in there, and then by the time New Year's comes around, you're like, "Man, I need to go back to the gym. I got this membership. Let me go in there and use it real quick." And then you get hooked on it for about a month. You buy another year, boom, they got your ass again. So we're not smart.
Good analogy, dude.
Gotcha,
We're not
bitch.
smart consumers, bro. We're not smart consumers sometimes. So they're gonna get their money out of us some way, shape, or form. And even if it's like a controller we buy, that's a game that we would have bought a year. You know, that's one game we would have bought during that year. That fucking Elite controller is $160. That's 3 games, bro, that you would have bought. That's your average. You just spent it on a fucking controller. I'm raising my hand because I've done it. I mean, if you think about it, that's
4, 5, 6 times.
that DLC that you bought, 2 times when they came out with 2 different map packs or some shit like that. That's that money for the year. That's that average. That's that 3 game average. So like, as long as you're getting that 3 game average out of you per year, that $160, whatever it is, 120, 180, I think. So like, yeah. So as long as they're getting 180 out of you per year, they're getting what they would normally get. Anything else is extra.
Nice, I got you. Yo, shout out to David in the chat. He's like, Game Pass offers me day one games, AAA first party and third party. Why would I buy Halo if it's on Game Pass? The service offers perks. I can get reward points. I don't buy it to play just one game. Now, yo, David, dude, I'm in the same boat as you, man. That's why when it came to Forza Horizon 5, I didn't buy the game, but I spent $43 on kind of like the deluxe
early release
pass. It came with the 2 expansion passes, the VIP, the car pass, all that good stuff. I bought that, but I didn't buy the game because I know the game's going to be in Game Pass, man. So I think me and you think alike, brother.
Hey, how much would that game? How much would that game would have cost you if you waited, I don't know, a month or 2 to buy it?
I don't know.
Go ahead, K-Mega, say it. You just said it. How much?
$40.
$40. So they got their money off of you. They got their average.
And I got all my extra content. So
and you got all your extra content. Yeah, but they got you to buy the game basically without knowing you bought the game.
Right, but another thing too to add to that is that with those Forza games and other type of certain games, like that's kind of like in that Forza realm. Now I'm talking like Crispy. Is that you will that game will be delisted in about 3 to 4 years. So you're gonna have to buy it eventually.
Yeah, I'll buy it when it's like $5, man.
So
I'll buy it when it's like $5 and it's about to be.
It'll be in games with gold by then.
Yo, for real. For real.
Plus, I want my crown. I want to keep my crown. Damn right.
But yeah, so I mean, it sounds good. I think one of my concerns is definitely the whole kind of like traditional game share thing. I don't know. Crispy, what do you got to say about this, man? The family plan. Are you down here? Or do you see what I'm saying? Where I'm not sure if like how we game share now with like the 2 keys, if they might be taking that away when when the family plan comes out.
I mean, if they do that, they know they're going to get backlash. So if they do that, we're just going to scream at the top of our lungs because that's what we've done before. Unfortunately, PlayStation gamers don't know how to do that.
Oh,
that's
damn.
okay.
Oh,
he
said, but that's okay.
The fact is, let's be honest. Okay, what I think Xbox is going to allow you to do is that if you purchase a full-on game, especially if it's third party, it is going to be able to be shared between all the people on the family plan. That's what I think they're going to do. That'll be the one incentive that will help people go to that aspect of the subscription. Also, I don't believe at any point in time in the next 2 years that they're going to take away what we already have. I think that would be illogical, and they would probably have the same backlash, which, yes, I will absolutely give you that smoke, Microsoft, if you do that. You allow us, if we do not want the family plan, which I'm going to get the family plan, by the way, because I have 4 other people that use Xbox, and we can save money. And that's where I go and say, you could be mad if they did take it away, but for most of us that have people that are close to us, I have 4 other people in this house that are using Xbox at some point, especially Game Pass. I'm not going to be mad if they did that, as long as they allowed me to take the games that I purchased and share them with everybody else. So basically what I'm saying is if they did take away you're basically taking, it's actually, and a lot of people don't understand this, it's actually a back through to allowing you to share games with other people by putting your home console on something else. This was not something that was technically supposed to be able to happen. They never promoted it, never did nothing like that. They just allowed you to continue to do it. And I implore Microsoft to not piss people off like myself, because I will talk for the people that are not like me and just like, hey, I'll get the family plan. Bro, don't do it. Just leave it alone and add the family plan. And, you know, in 2 years, just like Disney Plus just did, and just screwed you with what, $3, $4, $5 a month? I don't know what it was. I forgot. I mean, it's a subscription, you know, but Disney Plus is about to just, hey, here you go, buddy, right up there. Yeah, there you go. Okay? Because they just literally, they get in the same existence as Netflix, and then they're like, nah, we're going to raise the price now. I mean, come on. Look at that. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is where I go and say, oh, you PlayStation gamer, you're going to talk smack? Well, guess what? You're paying $18 a month. Maybe you could share with one other person. $18. We're going to pay $25 to share with what? 4 or 5? What Xbox, just don't mess with what you already have. That's what I got to say about it.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Again, that would be my only concern. Everything else, I thought they were going to charge more for how many people. Like 5 people, and it's averaging out to like $25 a month. I think that's a really good deal.
It's honestly a good deal, but also, like, this is where I go and say, like, they need to think about this for a second. If you go and buy the next Saints Row, can you share it with everybody else on, you know, that family plan? I say do it, because at the end of the day, you want those consumers there buying all the DLC like you have yourself bought. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. It's almost like, you think about it, they're buying Activision, but Activision's model has been this, you know, even longer than even Xbox has felt like doing it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is now you have Game Pass, which is this entity, and the one advantage they have over every other subscription is that you pay for that subscription, and at the least you get to play any first party game day and date.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to pay for the DLC. And I haven't seen any backlash about the Hot Wheels DLC. $20 is completely reasonable.
People tried.
You know what I'm saying?
People
it's not
non-Xbox people tried to create drama.
It's not $70 for a remake. Okay.
Oh.
And that's where we're at, people. All right. And if you can't agree with that, there's a problem. Okay. And it's not 40. I mean, if PlayStation was doing the same thing, they would charge you 40 or full price because they've done it already. And you watch when Factions comes out, I guarantee it's at least $40.
Dude,
that's just for a mode, a part of a game that was supposed to be a part of the game to begin with. Get out of here with that BS. I have receipts. Do not come and step to me.
I gotta get a Factions counter on the next podcast. Just a little ticker up in the top right hand corner. It's
been a while, buddy.
The time and how the time keeps on ticking. For when it comes to Sony
multiplayer.
Oh,
multiplayer. I don't know, man. Everybody. Oh, we had We had Last of Us 1 factions. What Uncharted? You gonna bring up Uncharted? You had. I mean, I continue to play Gears 5. Oh, how about all these third parties that have multiplayer? Where you at, Sony? Get your shit together. That's all I got to say.
Nice. K-Mega, did I get to you about the family plan? I'm not too sure. No.
All right. You didn't.
All right, man. So here we go. 5 people, $25. That seems to be what it is. They're testing it out right now. I'm not sure. Do you remember that survey I'm talking about? It was like Brett said over a year ago. Do you have any concern that they might take away kind of like that initial way to game share with another person?
I think we're heading to that direction, but I'm not concerned about it. For the mere fact of if they give you tiers, which I think that's where they're going to go, then I just don't see a reason why people would still even complain. Because the one thing that a lot of people don't talk about, that if you can't play offline if you're doing if you're sharing with people, so. When those times when Xbox Live
because your home console is in their house,
right, and so therefore you can't play offline, and so when a lot of people say, "Man, I can't play offline. This sucks. Xbox needs to get that fixed." Oh no, you got caught because you're game sharing and you don't have your home Xbox connected to your own Xbox, right? Like you're just game sharing, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's been something that's been available for forever. I do think that it's going to stay for a little while. Maybe once they get all the kinks ironed out from how they do their tier system. But I think once they have their tier system, I think a lot of people will be comfortable with the fact of like, you know what? Because I think Xbox Live is on its way out. It's all, a lot of people don't talk about Live, and if they do, they just talk about it I should say Games for Gold. I think that it's, people talk about it in a bad way. I say free games is free games, regardless if they're small, unknown, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. But I just think that is the new business model. And when you look at, and that's why I'm saying, like, there will be people that'll be pissed off on it, but when you look at what Xbox is going to provide you with their tier system, all you got to do is look at the competition and what they're offering. And Xbox value is going to be 10 times better than anything else that's on the market in the gaming space. Hell, it's even going to be, to some people, better than what you get from some of these like Netflix and Disney and Hulu and Paramount and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where I think people will be comfortable with the fact of they could still do the stuff that they've always done, but then they can add other things to it. And I think another factor that I think a lot of people don't understand is just how cool, because we've talked about this for years. Like, I mean, I remember being in parties with people and having this conversation 6-7 years ago where people was like, man, what if we could, like we all talk about how great the first opportunity was when Xbox was going to introduce that we could have 10 people that we can share with when they first was going to implement that. But people squashed that because of the whole, because they bitching about the DRM situation. The DRM situation is still going to be there.
Yeah.
So and now instead of 10, it's 4. But people are excited about it, but they weren't excited during the Xbox One. And it's really confusing to me because now people are starting to see the benefit of what could happen, because when you do game share, the regular way of how we do it is so beneficial, because for one of those days, it's like when I was game sharing with my homeboy that passed away, it was like, man, I can't wait to play Sekiro. Man, I'm not spending no money on this game. I'm not into Souls games like that. Well, he bought it. I got a chance to play a little bit of it. I enjoyed it. And I was like, you know what? Damn. And so then we picked each other year when we was going to get Madden or NBA 2K, or we get a list. Or at the one time when he got sick, I was like, no, man, let's make a list, because we made a list every 6 months of what games we were looking at that we were going to buy, and he would buy half of them and I buy the other half. But then I just went ahead and bought all of them, because I knew that, like, once he got back, then he was going to kick me back down, and I was going to be good. Just think about that now with up to 5 people that's doing that. Nobody's going to really complain about that, like about the old school way, unless there's just people that want to bitch. I mean, for $5 extra, and they got a tier system, and you paying $5 extra, and you will have anywhere from 2 to 4 different people that you can add on. You're set. The only thing you're doing is staying into Xbox ecosystem, and you're also doing what you say that you do, what everybody on this panel do. We all pay for add-ons on some way, shape, or form. If it's not some kind of extra DLC, for me, it's always characters, season passes for fighters, or for something else. And it saves you, and still saves you money, and you still in the back of your head like, damn, I feel like I'm getting away with murder doing this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't think that people are going to go and get out and outrage. I mean, there will be people that will still say something in a negative light, just because I just think that is. But when you look at everything from the perspective of having to where you can play your games offline if things are bad, you don't have to get off the game share and do that shit, or just wait until they get a problem fixed and solved. There's going to be a lot of things that's going to be beneficial to gamers going through this route instead of doing it the old route. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it will be abolished. It will be abolished in some way, shape, or form. But if they do the tier system, which I think that they're going to do, I think it'll be something good for any and everybody.
Nice. And the thing about it is, I still have I have a fat boy Xbox One, right? And my daughter's 12 years old. Right now, like my son has Game Pass, I believe through his grandmother or everything like that. But when this rolls out, I would have no problem paying 10 extra bucks a month, having my son and then my daughter on my plan, giving her my fat Xbox One so she can use it for streaming Disney Plus and playing the little games that she plays and stuff like that at her mom's house. That was one of the first things I was thinking of. But so I definitely I like talking to you about the benefits of the family plan, because again, the one thing I was concerned about was that whole kind of like the original way you game share to be kind of like done with. They eliminated that whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to get done. I think that I mean it probably won't go away quickly. I mean at first, but they'll eventually do it. And I don't think that even if there was a lot of outrage, I still think that Xbox is going to be like, man, look at what we're going to be offering you. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is the benefit. And like I said, for me, the benefit is not that I can play offline, because I was game sharing with my wife in the front room, who don't really game that often. But the fact of it now is that I can have it on the family plan, and if they decide to do it, if her and her homegirls or some want to play Tetris or something or whatever, or Flight Simulator, whatever, but they can do that, and I could still be just doing what I'm doing. And if Xbox Live goes down, I can still play my games offline, because that's when I said, man, I got to get off of the sharing screen, because I can't play nothing offline. And I remember it was off for like 24 hours or something like that the last time that we got it. So, so yeah, no, and that annoys me more to no end is when I'm paying as much money as I'm paying for, for internet service, and then of course, you got your online and stuff like that, and you still can't play your game. No, I don't dig that. So it's so to me it's like, and then like I said, my homeboy passed away, so I'm not getting sharing with anybody. But the benefit now is that two, you also got to look at this. It could still be very beneficial if they take it away immediately, because all you got to do, let's just say us guys in here, right? All right. One of us kick one down, one of us starts the program, and everybody pitch in for the $25. That's a fucking win. That is a win. Like you're not even paying $25, $25. But you're paying whatever. Like I don't think anybody would complain about that. You see what I'm saying?
For 5 people, it'd be $5 each a month.
$5 each a month, bro. People will kick you down with a 50 spot. Like, yo, man, I got this shit. Yo, you understand? If you can get that locked down for 3 years, ain't nobody tripping. And then people just pick the games that they want. Oh man, you got that game? How is it? Well, shit, download it. It's, you know what I'm saying? We in a family plan. Oh, that's right. And then it's just too smart. Like, I mean, that's what it was. That's why I was always hoping that Xbox went back to that thought process of, because when they saw, they was thinking of 10, I'm like, bro, they're going to change the game with that.
Yeah.
Now they limited it to 4. They limited it to 4 because they want to maximize as much money as they possibly can out of that. But there's always workarounds as well. Like, I mean, you'll sit there and you'll go, Microsoft is very lenient on how you can buy their stuff. Like, you can go to CD Keys, you can go G2A, you can go to a lot of places and get those cards for discounts, and then you can still spread that around, and then you have other people pitch in, and then just think about all the games that, like when Prayer was asking that question about the average, just think about how many games will people be going through on an average at that point when you got Game Pass and the opportunity to buy certain games that other people wouldn't play. Like for instance, nobody I don't think on this panel except for me will play Madden, right? Well, no, Pred plays Madden. Me and Pred. But if you had friends that was,
I would play Madden if it was good.
Man, this man's gonna be hot. Trust that.
I've heard that before 100 times.
Where have I heard that before?
This man's gonna be hot, bro. I'm telling you, watch out. Because even the people that's been complaining about Madden are talking.
This is the year. This is the year.
This the year. So yeah. But yeah,
Cowboys fan.
I'll take the 10 hours in EA Play. There we go, and I'll try it out.
But listen, to my point though, Crispy and Sir X-Man and Xbox didn't have to play it because me or Pred already bought it, and then their funky asses would be playing with their sorry ass teams. And you know what I'm saying, and then I would be beating their ass with my Rams. So therefore there wouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So but everybody would be playing and be engaged, and then people would still have fun with it because if they weren't gonna spend the money for Madden, but me and Pred would. You see what I'm saying? And that's the benefit of that, because that keeps people in the ecosystem. That's what Xbox want, because the longer you in the ecosystem, it's just like what Pred said. We're not very smart consumers because we want it here, we want it now. Gamers are very, very, we got to have it and we want it. So that's it. I mean, it's so much of a win. And for the extra $10, or like I said, the tier service, if you want to have 3 people or even 2 people, if they got a tier for 2 people, oh my God, man, that shit's gonna rake, man. That's gonna rake.
All right.
That's gonna be.
I'll take my sorry ass team over the Rams any day, buddy.
Let's not get into that, guys, because we're about
Super Bowl champions.
We're about to hit the main event, the big topic.
A couple years ago, we were too.
Oh my goodness.
We beat the team that beat Charles' ass in the Super Bowl.
The big topic, which is Microsoft. Microsoft has answered back to what Sony was talking about to the Federal Trade Commission over in Brazil. And it's absolutely hilarious. If you've been following it, you do realize, like, Sony did not make themselves look good when interacting with the Brazilian Trade Commission, because they were going on and on about how Call of Duty is such a huge global phenomenon that they, pretty much that they were concerned about Xbox and this acquisition. But Xbox has responded, and let me see here. I'm looking for the Windows Central. Why is it blank now? There it goes. I took a Windows Central article. I also have the Reset Era where Microsoft responds, but shout out to Windows Central. They came out with an article. Microsoft says Sony's concerns about acquisition are unfounded and will keep Activision Blizzard games multi-platform. Of course, they did the what you need to know. Microsoft is currently working to acquire Activision Blizzard, a deal worth almost $69 billion. Sony previously shared concerns it has over the acquisition with the Administrative Council for Economic Defense in Brazil. Microsoft responds to these concerns, claiming that Sony is pushing back against the possibility of increased competition. Let's see here. PlayStation parent company Sony previously noted concerns that Microsoft owning Call of Duty could allow it to influence players' choice of console. Now Microsoft has filed an in-depth response with the Administrative Council for Economic Defense in Brazil, detailing why it believes Sony is objecting, why it claims there are no anti-competitive concerns, and that acquisition should be approved. Let's see. This was translated in Reset Era. Microsoft pointed out that all of the companies polled by Cade, including Amazon, Apple, Google, Ubisoft, Riot Games, only Sony raised concerns about the acquisition. So Sony was the only one who raised concerns. Everybody else, all the publishers that were asked, they were like, yeah, we're fine. It doesn't mean anything to us. While multiple points of sensitive data are redacted, Microsoft notes that Sony is the market leader in digital sales and that Sony sold over twice as many consoles as Microsoft in the prior console generation. Microsoft states that Sony, being the market leader, is pushing back against the increase in competition that the acquisition would provide and does not want subscription services like Game Pass to threaten its dominance.
Kick in the balls.
Pointing to how Sony pays other gaming companies for blocking rights in order to prevent games from coming to Game Pass. Let me repeat that.
Backhand to the face.
Pointing to how Sony pays other gaming companies for blocking rights in order to prevent games from coming to Game Pass. Now, I read a lot of stuff here, but basically, shout out to Master Clown hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much for the support, bro. I clicked right over and I just saw orange. Man. Shout out to you, Master. Basically, what they're stating is Sony has been doing stuff like this for years. They have tried to protect kind of like their market lead by doing a bunch of, I could say it's shady shit when it comes down to it. You look at like Final Fantasy VII Remake as an example of Sony basically paying to make sure a game doesn't go on a platform, and if the game does go on the platform, now we found out there are stipulations within the contracts between developers and Sony that the developer cannot put their game onto Game Pass, and I believe it's a 1-year situation when they sign that. At least for 1 year, they cannot put that game onto Game Pass. I think that was something that happened with Resident Evil as well. So the proof is kind of out there. Let's see here. Let's go Crispy first on this one. Crispy, what do you think about what Microsoft did here? First off, I think that finally they weren't playing the nice guy routine. It's not that they were.
Oh, they actually did though, Bot.
Well, my whole thing is they weren't actually being mean, but they were calling out some of the things that have probably frustrated them and have definitely frustrated
Did you
the
just say
Xbox
calling
community.
out? Did you say calling out?
Yes, I said calling out on that one.
Okay.
All right, because that's what was used for that reference at that point in time.
It's the same damn reference. You got busted, buddy. You got busted.
But
let him ask me the damn question.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Crispy, what do you think about Microsoft's response here? And I believe we've kind of known this, but we never really had like too much proof. And anytime we said it, of course, there was extremists out there saying that we're looking too deep into it, this, that, whatnot. But now, basically, they're showing that Sony does indeed in their contracts have stipulations where developers can't put their game, if they put it on PlayStation, they can't put that same game on Xbox Game Pass for at least a year. Dude, what do you think about that strategy when it comes to, the business side of gaming, bro?
Hey, I mean, come on, bot. It's okay for Sony to do it, but Xbox does it. Oh God! Oh, end of the world. Okay, let's be honest for a second. What Sony just did. First of all, I don't believe Sony wanted any of this out there.
Oh no!
You have to realize that Sony has a partnership with Microsoft for their servers. By the way, people, remember that. Sony has just realized, and they're going to sit very, very quiet, that they screwed up. And these are court documents technically, okay? These are filings within the Brazilian government. Brazil has been known to be very, very open to how they go about everything.
Which is a great thing. I applaud them for that. I applaud them for that.
I will say this, maybe Microsoft has a little pull there because what Microsoft said did not come out until a week and a half, 2 weeks later. It might be the Brazilian government being like, how do you want to respond to this? Because this is actually not what we even feel about you. And then Microsoft's, well, we'll wait for them to apologize. I think that's truly because Microsoft's not gonna, that they don't want to beat somebody down when they're down. They don't. They really don't. I mean, we're talking Microsoft's approaching $3 trillion in worth. Okay. And as soon as this Activision deal is done, you're going to be up there and people are going to be like, Microsoft's going to be the new Bitcoin, but it's not fucking Bitcoin. Okay. Like people are going to be like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like they have this mobile division. I mean, just the other day I found out that they have MLG in there, like a Major League Gaming, like the whole a competitive version. They got Overwatch in there. They got all these things that people go crazy over, and it's like then you add like Halo and Gears and all these other games that have their own little ecosystems when it comes to esports. Like it's going to be wild. So I mean, Microsoft's just sitting here like, let's just get this through. But of all people, the partner that they have right now, Sony, not Nintendo, who, they have like a small little thing that they got going on, but it's not the same. Nintendo didn't say a damn word. No, it was Sony. Sony's like, we're going to stab you in the back. And then they made themselves look bad. They did. Like, you are scared because Microsoft's playing a different damn game. They're playing a different one. They're not sitting there being like exclusive. No, we have exclusives that go into her gaming subscription, and nobody wants to talk about that. I mean, they're like being the Netflix of gaming right now. And you know what? Netflix, they fell off because they don't have 20-something plus studios, plus all of these other teams that can make games themselves. Netflix did not start off like that. They started off with Marvel IPs and stuff like that. Anybody remember? Because I do. And they killed Blockbuster, by the way.
Yes, they
did. They're not no joke. And all of a sudden, Disney Plus just skyrocketed over them. Now, you could tell me, oh, that's movies and TV versus gaming. Well, guess what? They're all damn subscriptions. Okay. And we subscribe to those subscriptions because they have exclusive content. And the one thing I'll tell you is that we always say, wait till next year. Well, when next year comes and they blow it out the water and you get all of these games. I mean, you already know Starfield and Redfall at some point in time next year are coming. What else is coming? Think about that. Forza Motorsport, which, I mean, that's more of a PC play, which I love about Microsoft. They're like, you know what? We've been PC our whole damn lives. Why not go for it? Right? I mean, Flight Simulator probably sold more on PC than Xbox. Even though Xbox, you could download it. I bet you more people bought the game or subscribed to PC Game Pass on PC than they did Xbox any day of the week, because I know people that have like the full on like setup, like, you know, have every like controller and everything else. And I'm just like sitting there like, what the hell you do with that shit? And they just love it. And the game looks incredible. So all I say is that Microsoft wants all their hands in all these cookie jars. And when this deal is done, because if it doesn't get done by the end of the year, there's going to be a lawsuit, just like Amazon to buy MGM. There's going to be a lawsuit, and Microsoft's going to say, we're gonna file a lawsuit against the United States government, and the United States government is going to fold. That's the only other. If it doesn't end by the, you know, okay, we'll give it January, February next year. If it doesn't end by then, there's going to be a lawsuit filed, because they literally let all of these companies like Disney, Amazon, everybody else buy huge companies. I mean, Disney bought Fox, people. Think about that.
Yeah, which was huge.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
so
in the gaming space per se, but in the movies and TV show space, that was a huge acquisition right there.
And it really, like, let's be honest, it was for Marvel, but that's the power they have. And literally Microsoft could buy Disney, people. Think about that. They could buy them easily. Okay, if they allowed it, they could buy Disney.
They have the funds to purchase Disney if it was ever.
I think, you know, but Microsoft also has government contracts with the U.S. federal government. Okay, and they're trying to play nice. And Sony just opened up the door for them to start trashing everybody, because, you know, Sony at this point has moved over to North America for the most part.
Yeah.
Some of their main studios and everything else are in North America.
Is in California. So
there you go, people. And I didn't even have to say it. I was hoping Bot would say it, but that's the point.
I don't keep my mouth shut, bro.
Yeah, well, no, I know. I mean, me and you argue all the damn time, but we also love each other. But that's the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to realize that they are scared, and they're also scared because they had something come out that they didn't expect to come out. And this is where you go and say you're gonna get some kind of God of War stuff real soon. They're gonna try to make you forget that they just literally tried to throw Microsoft under the bus. And instead of Microsoft sitting there silent, which they usually do, they waited almost 2 weeks and they said, nah, it's
you're
time.
Full of shit.
It's time. We're not dealing with this anymore. And this might have been a really good lawyer. I don't know. You know, I heard multiple sources that this came from, like this actual, you know, deposition, as I would call it, you know, to respond to them. But this was all redacted until just like a few days ago. So
there's still a bunch of stuff redacted as well.
I feel like Microsoft was trying to play nice because they don't want to hurt Sony. They want the competition. It just makes them look better. That's the way I feel like at this point. Microsoft's like, you know what? We are technically in third place, but we are being pro-consumer. And that's what we're trying to do right now, which we never really done. I mean, even if you look at the way people download Windows and stuff like that, it's like, it's totally different than it used to be. They used to be really assholes about stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's a software-based company, and they know that they have a powerful box and a price point that can dominate the market. but they don't want to sit there and be like, PlayStation's irrelevant. That's why Phil came out and probably, he wants to play God of War because he's a freaking gamer, dude. They're not going to lose their roots. The point is that you go to a point and somebody's got to say something. You can't just sit there and let these guys just sit there and be like, oh, this is the way it is. And then the U.S. government's like, oh, is this the way it is? Microsoft's got to say something. But, hey, they were waiting for PlayStation to be like, that's not what we meant. They didn't say a damn word because they usually don't. They don't talk to their own damn gamers. They don't do nothing. Okay, so that's where our loyalty to Xbox is actually different because for the past 5 to 7 years since Phil's been here, guess what? Executives talk to us in some way, shape, or form. Might not be me, but it'll be somebody I know. You know what I'm saying? And they'll talk to us on Twitter and stuff like that, and they'll be like, hey, we're working on this. You know what? Instead of hiding it and lying and being an asshole, they just say, hey, we're working on it. We're going to make it better. You know what? Halo is suffering through this right now. They're so transparent that people are like, oh, I'm disappointed. Well, you know what? Would you rather have the other where you don't have your factions when it was supposed to come out a year and a half, 2 years ago? Think about that. Okay, it was supposed to come out with the original game. A lot of people don't remember that they announced that. Okay, and then they changed it. They delayed it. Okay, everybody's getting delays right now. You know what? This year has been trash for Xbox. I think all of us can agree with that. For first party, it has been trash. But you know what? We're still getting some good games coming into Game Pass. Are they first party? No. But I'll tell you right now, I don't think anybody's going to complain about a Plague Tale Requiem. I don't think anybody that wants to play a game like High on Life is going to complain about it.
Thank you for saying High on Life. That was what I was thinking. I'm like, man, I can't wait for that.
That game, it's unique. Atomic Heart, and supposedly we're supposed to get Stalker at the end of the year. They're saying
Stalker at some point, man. I don't know.
December. It's not going to be nominated or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is that Xbox is just going to take the L now because Sony's done it for years. I mean. You look at Last Guardian, that game was delayed 5-6 times. Anybody remember that? Come on, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And it still came out what? K-Mega. Absolute trash. The game was one of the worst rated games I've ever seen. Okay? It was horrible. People were so disappointed in that game. Okay? And that's where you go and say, well, it should have just become Scalebound at that point. Because Scalebound, it looked good from what we saw, but that doesn't mean it was going to play good. And I'll tell you right now, Last Guardian, I was like, oh, okay, this reminds me of a land. No, what the fuck is that movie called? I can't remember now, but it was old school movie that probably one of you will tell me, but that dog thingy reminded me of him.
Pink Dragon Dog. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was weird. I was so into that game, and then I just waited for people to play it, and they're like, "Dude, this is one of the worst experience. There's no gameplay." You know what I mean? The gameplay was just so bad, and I'm like, that's disappointing because you wait so long, and then you're like, well, I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation for this. You know what I mean? I wanted to.
Never ending story.
Never ending story. Thank you. Yes.
Say thank you to Super
that's what it
he was the one who said
Super Sonic. But yeah, dude, that's what it reminded. And you know what? We look at it. No, that movie, and it was 4 hours long, something crazy. It was in 2 parts, I think, technically. That's what I'm saying. You get reminded, you get that nostalgia, and then all of a sudden you're delay. It's I already hear people saying that God of War is getting it delayed again. Already.
I don't think it.
And I'm like,
delayed.
No, and I don't want that.
This is the first God of War where you have not seen a trailer, and the game got 4 months to come out. It's getting delayed.
That's my point. We're not. Look, I'm not saying if it's gonna make the game better, I don't care, and I will stand on that freaking leg. Okay, if Starfield's gonna be that much better, and another 6 months in development, I'm good with it. I will wait until I see it gone gold because that's what Microsoft's been doing lately. We go gold, and then the game's actually coming out. And that's what they should do from now on. We're going gold. There you go. Here's the release date. Okay, that's what I want to see from now on. Stop messing around with us. Stop giving us like, hey, it'll come out in this year, and then you delay it. That's a different story than giving us a specific date. That's what pisses people off. And you know what? Don't be like Sony's gotten away from it for years, but there is a large social media presence. There's all these eyes on there. Be right about it. Say, hey, it's supposed to come out this year. And then, if you delay it till the next year, that's kind of what they did with God of War. They said this year, and then they went to the next year. And then you're like, oh, okay. But you're fine with it. But at the same time, if they do it again because they just gave you a release date, then you should be pissed. And that's where I go and say, like, Starfield, I was freaking pissed. I was mad. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play that game ASAP. But also, I played Cyberpunk as soon as it came out, and then I turned it off and I said, I'm not touching it until that next-gen update comes. I'm done. Ain't doing it. It was like cars were like floating in the air, and I'm just like, I'm driving, and all of a sudden I'm floating in the air. Like,
damn,
I'm good with that.
Experience.
No, that wasn't cool. It wasn't cool because then all of a sudden you're trying to go to a mission, and you gotta literally try to turn your car around in midair, and yeah, it doesn't work very well. So that's where I go and say, like, dude, like, relax, PlayStation. You should have apologized, and I'm still waiting for them to apologize because Microsoft would have apologized. I'm just telling you. If that was them, vice versa, because guess what? Bungie is a publisher. A lot of people are like, oh, they're not buying they already did. It's done. $3 billion. Guess what? That's a publisher. Bungie's a publisher, people.
They just only have one game right now. Yeah.
But they're still a publisher.
Yeah, no, they're making another one, and they're going to publish it out. Yeah, exactly.
And they're a publisher, and that's why they paid billions of dollars. They didn't pay the $300 million that Embracer paid for freaking Square or Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, Sony's playing the same game. They just don't have the same kind of money to deal with.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna drop $70 billion. They're not. They just can't. That's half their worth almost. It feels like
it's almost like Sony was playing a certain game, a game that's been profitable to them for years, right? Xbox wasn't really competing that way. Now all of a sudden, Xbox is competing more in the way of Sony, but instead of like just paying for games to be off the platform, Xbox they're buying publishers, all right, and they're not even stating that the popular games are going to be Xbox exclusive, because Call of Duty is going to remain multi-platform, stuff like that. But you can see how concerned Sony still is over this, and I gotta say, I absolutely love that, Microsoft and Xbox finally said something to the point of certain things that, definitely have to get under like Phil's skin and stuff. I'm pretty sure Phil and the rest of the people at Xbox would love to have, put Resident Evil in Game Pass when they wanted to.
Resident Evil Village, absolutely. I guarantee they would.
Let's see, Final Fantasy Remake. They would love to have that on the platform for the people who want to play that game on an Xbox, but they can't do it because of Sony's dealings here. And it's really cool to see them actually put that out there and have these documents come out, because in Brazil everything's kind of like wide open that way. Have these documents come out and really show that, Microsoft's not just being like, oh, no, it's okay, we're over here in our corner doing our own thing. They're like, oh, hold up. They're complaining. Nobody else complained about this. They're complaining, but yet they are the leader in digital sales, and they make all their money off of exclusivity. But they're saying nobody else can do that. Nobody else can make anything like exclusive and kind of live off those profits, man. I feel like that's absolutely hilarious. Sir X-Man, what do you got to say about this? Here, Microsoft, they're not keeping their mouth shut, and they kind of went in and shared some facts about Sony that kind of piss them off, man.
Sony gets caught out. I mean,
Oh, there you
It is
go.
what it is.
Got caught out with the hand in the cookie jar.
Oh Lord, I knew you was gonna love that shit. No, I'm just glad Microsoft is fighting back, man, and not taking that shit.
Nice.
You know?
What do you think about Sony's strategy here when it came down to it? They weren't ready to put that new PS Plus out there. So what they decided to do was to basically put in their contracts that these games, if they're going on the PlayStation platform, they could not go on Game Pass for at least a year. What do you think? Is that strategy just business, or is that like some down dirty shit in your opinion?
Actually, don't mind that. You want to know why?
Why?
Because when these people see how good this Call of Duty is, and then whenever the next Call of Duty comes out, and they know everybody's getting it free on Xbox Game Pass, not free, you still got to pay the subscription.
Thank
but
you. I was going to correct you, but I was waiting for you to finish first.
But everyone knows what I mean. And they see it coming to Xbox, and people with games with gold get a discount on new games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's automatic. So, and they won't be paying $70. Now, by the time we get to the next Call of Duty, it's gonna be $80. And the change is gonna be in the air. Plus, that's just Call of Duty that can't go to Game Pass. Are there other Activision games that could go over to Sony when they come back? Say they bring back some of their new IP, old IP, like Guitar Hero. Technically, they could make that an Xbox exclusive.
They could. What they were mainly talking
You'd have
about
to pay for it, but because you got to have a guitar and all the stuff. But it could still just be an Xbox exclusive.
Well, the only games that they were talking about, like multi-platform, they said like the biggest blockbusters and stuff. And I know me and you, we love Guitar Hero, but let's be real, like it hasn't been a major blockbuster in years.
Oh, yeah, that's because they
watered it down. They watered it down
did.
completely, man. So we can't say that. But they're talking like the Call of Duties, maybe the Overwatches.
And they can have that. Let Microsoft keep getting paid off of them.
Exactly, bro.
I don't have a problem. Here's the one thing I always wonder: if you pay all the money for exclusivity, how are you making money on your little 30% that you charge for the, that you only get for the game? You pay millions of dollars for exclusivity, but it seems like it just balances out at the end. When people buy your game. I never understood that. But back to the Microsoft fighting back, I'm glad. And when Microsoft came, they didn't do like Sony did. Microsoft came with fact after fact after fact after fact, dude. I mean, they just laid it into them. And Sony waited until everybody, pretty much every other country that goes through the approval process pretty much was approving it. And you get to the last few and then you start crying.
Yeah, for real.
With Brazil, they open it up. They don't hold nothing back. They let everybody know. They let the files be known. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, excuse me, tough titty. You got to deal with it. You put yourself in a situation when you woke up the sleeping giant. You brought this upon yourself. You just gonna have to deal with it. And Microsoft got the bag, man. They can do what they want to do up to a point. Sony ain't got the bag. Nintendo got more bag than Sony. But they counting on Call of Duty because they ain't got much out there anymore except for PlayStation. And that's why they crying. I don't want Sony to die, but Sony needs to learn how to change.
I think they are slowly changing. I mean, they revamped PlayStation Plus because let's be honest, they had to. With the success of Game Pass, they had to have something. They had to have an answer on their platform, something that they can kind of hold, side by side. with Game
But,
Pass. Whether you
hey,
think
Bob,
it, what?
with other situations in life, is it too little, too late?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. First off,
Are
I'm
you
oh,
subbing to PlayStation Plus for Stray?
Pardon me?
Is anybody subbing
No,
to PlayStation Plus?
PlayStation Plus is separate. That's only for their online and their games that they give out every month.
It's all going to be the same now. PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus. It'll be the same.
yes, the tiers. The tiers. He's talking about the high. Anybody subscribe to a higher tier PlayStation Plus to play Stray, and I don't think anybody here did that. Which
I mean, it's the same thing like Game Pass.
You have to do
what?
They had to do the higher
Guess what?
tier.
You just got Forza Horizon 5. You got a bunch of other games last year that were what better than Stray. I mean, people can deny that, but it's quite funny. I mean, Halo Infinite. Like, let's be honest for a second. Like, it's one of those things. Like, they're doing too little, too late, but also they're not doing enough. They're not. They know the overhead involved in dropping their exclusives in there. Instead, they're charging you for a Last of Us remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, and charging you $70 because they don't have a damn choice because they don't have the bag, like Sir X just said.
They don't. Their problem is they don't have the multiplayer. Call of Duty, Destiny's a different beast, but Call of Duty is their biggest multiplayer every single year.
Basically what this is coming down to, from how I read it, right? From how I read it, we all saw that Sony was trying to strategically take the best games from each genre and tried to strategically have them either as a PlayStation kind of like console exclusive. We saw that with Street Fighter from last gen. Or now we see that, you know, they have stipulations in the contract to keep that game off of Game Pass. They were slowly trying to kill Xbox. And I think what happened here was they didn't bet on Microsoft backing the Xbox division wholeheartedly. And that's what they're doing now. They're looking at games just as important as Windows, as Office, stuff like that in terms of, you know, everything that they have to offer. Now games is right there with the other services, the other systems, and I don't think like Sony definitely, I don't think they planned on that, because now you have a company, now you have a company with a huge wallet. Now Sony has a big wallet. Don't get it twisted, but it does not compare to Microsoft. And if Microsoft is all in on their Xbox division, that means that wallet is open to the Xbox division as well. And how are you going to mess with somebody that can literally just buy shit up the way that Microsoft does? Like, I don't think they were planning on Microsoft backing Xbox the way that they have. And now it's interesting. Now you're seeing concern on their side, and now we're seeing Xbox and Microsoft not being so quiet, which I can definitely appreciate that. And just put out the facts there. Be like, yo, they're whining about this, but yet they're throwing money at Square to keep Final Fantasy off this platform. They threw money at Capcom to make sure that this Resident Evil didn't go on to Game Pass. Like, they're doing these types of things, but yet they're running over to you guys and saying, oh, it's not fair about Call of Duty. And I like that they're doing that, man.
It's one thing that Sony forgets. Sony is like, not trying to be weird, but a drop in the bucket. Microsoft Windows, everybody has heard of Microsoft worldwide. It's a worldwide thing that people use.
I think everybody's heard of Sony too.
Yeah, but Microsoft Windows is in more people's homes than Sony will ever be. Ever.
That's why Phil got the backing.
That's why he's doing what he's doing. Yeah.
He wants Game Pass. He wants Xbox in every single home, just like Windows is. Windows is in billions of homes. That's what they want. They want billions of homes.
So
Sony
woke up the sleeping dog that they forgot about the other side of Microsoft. Just not Xbox. They forgot about the other side. And that totally changes everything. I know if they were working for some little company, the console was a little company represented by a little company, it might be a different story.
They would have ate them up the way PlayStation ate up Sega, which wasn't a little company, but with the Dreamcast and kind of like not giving Sega kind of like any room to breathe. They went straight for the jugular, in that Dreamcast era, to get basically Sega out of the business, and they helped make them a third party publisher, is what they did, and they're
not going to be able to do that with
Microsoft.
Man. They're not going to be able to do that with Microsoft.
That's the thing. They're not going to be able to do that.
It's not possible.
As long as Microsoft has interest in being in the gaming space, they are going to be there. There's no company that's going to push them out, because if they really want to be there, at the end of the day, they're going to do exactly what you're seeing here. They're going to invent.
You got two other people that's waiting. Come on now.
Oh, okay. They're going
to. Go ahead. I'm done.
As a whole, no, I'm just saying, as a host, you got to let everybody else, and then you bring up your discussion. Come on now.
I want to get my thoughts in there too. I don't get my thoughts in on a lot, so I was just figuring to throw mine in there as well. People might want to hear what Xbox 448 has to say about it.
That's fine. Let everybody bring their points across, because you have brought up like 5 points that I was about to say, and I'm pretty sure Prayer was about to say a couple themselves.
Great minds think alike, bro, and it is not my fault that you look at my notes before we go live.
Oh my
God! Just say, but no. You know what, K Mega, go ahead, man.
Go to Fred. Go to Fred.
Oh, so you want some air in between? I got you. Let me go to Fred.
Gets caught out. Xbox gets caught out.
I got caught out, people. I got hand in the job.
Got caught out. I said, goddamn, I feel it. I feel it, man.
Those cookies better be good.
Pred, right? What do you think about Microsoft here and kind of like not keeping their mouth shut? I don't know if it's really a fact of them not keeping their mouth shut, or we're actually getting to see the response that would normally be behind closed doors. But what do you think about Microsoft's response to Sony here? And dude, just how concerned is Sony right now in terms of like this whole situation?
I mean, they had to respond. They got like a couple billion tied up in this shit right now for Sony to be talking shit and trying to block the deal, like, because they're like the only ones trying to block it right now. So like, of course they got to speak up and say something, in their own defense in this situation, because I'm sure these arguments have happened in other countries too. If they're going to Brazil with this, they probably went to Europe with it. They probably went to the FCC here in Texas and in the U.S. with it too. That was their argument there too. But everything Microsoft said about that whole situation is correct. Like, you can't be the market leader and they get mad at someone else trying to overtake you to be the market leader by doing the same shady shit, just a different way than you were. We can buy shit. That's what happens when you have money. You go out and spend it on things. So like it's okay for them to say, hey, we're gonna keep things off gate. Because keep in mind, I forgot what it was. Maybe it was like about 6, 7, 8 months ago when they were having that whole court hearing, and all those documents got leaked and came out, and they talked about this in those documents, and they said that Sony had been paying people to keep games off of Game Pass. This isn't the first time we've heard
this. That's the Epic
deal. Yeah. It's like, this is the first time we've heard this. So obviously now Microsoft is actually coming out and saying it's true, co-signing for. I mean, I thought the documents, if they went to court and said it and showed it in the documents in court, it was true then too. But nobody really talked about that then. No one made it a big deal. You don't see the media talking about the shit like, IGNs and stuff like that. So no, I mean, it's business in their mindset. But now, you know, you got this document coming out in Brazil saying basically the same fucking thing, and Sony's mad. Like, dude, you were just doing it. Like, you're trying to hinder them from being profitable, and now you're mad at them for buying things with their own fucking money. So, I mean, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Like, the basic answer to everything. Fuck them. But I think Microsoft had to speak up. I mean, they've got billions of dollars tied in this deal, and they've already, you know, it's like, you know, you got money in your pocket and you about to spend it on something. You start making plans for the shit you about to buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this money. I'm about to buy this car. I'm putting these rims on it. I'm putting this speaker system in. I'm getting this. Like, you're gonna do some shit with it. You've already got that in your mind because you know you already got the money in the bank to do it. So that's what Microsoft is thinking right now. They know this deal's going to go through, and they got this one little fucking gnat over here complaining about it.
Just buzzing.
When everybody else is okay and they're on the fucking, they're all cool with it, but Sony's over here talking shit, and they had to go and smack him down. Like, look, bitch, like, shut up. Like, you know, like, this is grown man business over here. So like why y'all over here talking shit? Here's what the real deal is. This is why you're stupid right now. And,
this is why you're stupid.
I mean, like, it doesn't make it. I mean, like, because again, I guarantee you don't see Microsoft going up there talking about the Bungie deal or any other deal they've made so far since Microsoft been acquired every fucking thing. They're not going up and saying, "Oh, this is a problem." Like, it's just Sony, and I hate to say it too, Sony fans. Y'all the same ones out there talking shit, trying to spread this gossip as if this deal's not going to go through. It's going to go through. It's going to go through. Just fucking suck it up, bend over.
It's looking very, very likely it's going through. Like,
I mean, like, the chances of it not going through, like, I mean, like, what's going to stop it? I mean, like, and this is maybe Sony's desperation at the last ditch. It's like, this is like the last place. This is the last place that they need to go to get everything signed off. Last country or whatever. And there's like, you know what? Let's just throw this out here. Let's see if it sticks.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Yo, super. Bungie is a publisher. They have one game, but they're working on another game. They both publish and develop Destiny. They are a publisher as well, dude. Sorry, I just had to kind of clarify that real quick.
Put his ass in time out. He keeps talking shit to me.
Oh, better watch out. You got your eye. You got Predator's eyes on you, man.
Predator
Test
will
me.
do it too.
Go on the K-Megas.
He will. There's certain people that don't show up here anymore because like they got timed out so much. All right, so K-Mega, you heard Pred. Yeah. You heard me, man. Again, yo, shout out to Microsoft for putting it out there and finally like stating this stuff because it was just insane to see it time after time. You know, especially games coming to the Xbox platform. People really want to play certain games. They're like, when is it coming here? Well, it's timed exclusive, and then the time never comes for it to come to Xbox. Now we know why, bro. Now we know why. What are your thoughts about this, man?
I mean, we've all known what's going on and how this and how Sony's operated. I mean, it's one of those things where you get into a position where you keep beating on the same drum and you get kind of tired because there's people that seem not to listen, and then all of a sudden then there's something comes out and then they act like you never said it, right? Like, I mean, we've been saying this before. The practices that Sony has been doing has been shady.
You know, shout out to the people who hang out with us every week. You guys know you get this information before it blows up right here on this show. Me with K-Mega, with Pred, Crispy. We talk about this stuff way before it gets into the mainstream, man. Shout out to you guys for hanging out with us, yo.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just one of those things, man. It is what it is, but I am proud for Microsoft to standing up about it. I mean, because they know how this changed the game for the competition situation between Xbox and PlayStation. PlayStation has more regions, and PlayStation has more leverage because they have longer relationships than Xbox does. And so now that if you get this publisher, then you're even in the playing field. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, even probably going further and getting ahead. And Sony knows this. They like I mean, Sony could definitely have their studios make a game that's comparable. I mean, they got Bungie, and Bungie could definitely make a game that is similar.
Dude, they're gonna
to
have
Call
them
of Duty.
oversee all
But
10 games as a service games. They're gonna
well,
have
I mean,
Bungie oversee all of them.
Destiny is a successful game, so I mean,
but Bungie
so of
games
course
will
they
be
would.
multi-plat. Bungie made that deal. They'll do
Maybe not. I don't. Like I said, I don't believe neither one of them. I believe Microsoft. I believe Microsoft will keep Call of Duty exclusive because of the fact of the money aspect of it. Why sit there and keep that away from all the rest of the gamers out there like Minecraft?
Right?
Yeah, they're gonna keep it multi-plat. They'll keep it multi-plat. But what a lot of and okay, so Diablo and Overwatch, they'll keep them multi-plat. I mean, all that revenue that they're gonna be bringing in is gonna be ridiculous. On top of the fact that it even helps them with Game Pass subscriptions, and just overall sales on their end, and people will buy consoles because of Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo. The one thing that is not being explained, even on both sides, is the fact that they can do new projects and side projects, and Call of Duty can have side games that can coincide for the next following game that's coming out. Because if you remember, Microsoft said that they probably will pull the plug on Call of Duty coming out annually every year. They probably will put it in a position like they do with Battlefield, where it comes every 2-3 years. And if they do that, then that definitely opens up them to try to have exclusive side stories that can fit into whatever Call of Duty that they're going to be bringing out for that particular year. So that helps. Of course, on the fact Warzone will definitely be there and available for everybody. But overall, it's just that we said this last week, is that Sony is definitely shook behind this. I got some really good intel this week.
Ooh.
Like Microsoft, after this deal is done, they're not doing the publisher thing anymore. They're not going after any other publishers except for if Sega's available in any way, shape, or form, that will be the only one. No more publishers.
Sega makes so much sense, bro.
Right. There's no more there no more publishers, because this was so much of a headache that the fact that it would have to be something that is absolutely like you said, makes sense, and that's Sega. But what I've been told, and like I said, I believe my sources, they already got studios lined up. They've already been in talks. They got studios lined up. So that's it. So who those studios are, don't know.
CD Projekt Red?
I don't know. But they got them lined up. They already got them lined up.
Please be Crystal Dynamics. Please.
They got them.
That's already been bought.
They would
have to buy Embracer.
And so they'll probably, once after this is done, you'll probably hear. Once this is done, we'll probably hear about an acquirement sometime next year. But yeah, they got, like, I think from my estimation, anywhere from 4 to 6 other studios lined up. So, or they're in talks now. They could pick. Now, it's according how this all plays out, because I'm pretty sure that other entities out there are looking to try to acquire these studios as well, because they're out there in the market. But some of these but 4 studios so far, from what I've heard, they came to Microsoft and like, look, come and take us. It'll benefit you. So, so there you got that. So Microsoft is not worried. Microsoft knows exactly. This is the thing that we've all said, is that when Microsoft got behind Xbox, there is no stopping this train. There is no stopping this train. It's not happening. So, Sony. It looks so bad for Sony for doing what they did. I mean, like, you can't put any words behind the market leader crying like they just did. Like, I don't care how anybody try to spin it. I don't care how anybody try to put that out there. That is absolutely insane. And Xbox, for them to come out and punch back, they're saying, we're not having this shit from you anymore. You want to everybody's been saying Microsoft, Xbox.
We've been trying to be nice. We got the head of Xbox saying they can't wait to play God of War, and this is what you fucking do.
Yep. I mean, the tactics that Sony has been doing, it is business, and you know what I'm saying, and as grimy as it is, you know what I'm saying, they've got over for doing that for so many years. Like, you got people saying, oh my God, Final Fantasy, if it wasn't for PlayStation, Final Fantasy wouldn't be what it was. It was Nintendo where Final Fantasy first came from.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you know, you got people that's talking about Persona. Well, Persona was not even an afterthought until Persona 5. Nobody wasn't talking about Persona 4, even though Persona 4 was a great RPG. But nobody wasn't talking about that like they are to Persona 5. The hype behind it, because people brought it up. Hell, the game at the time, the whole franchise didn't even sell 10 million copies for the whole franchise.
Until they got to Persona 4 Arena.
No, until they got to Persona 5 Royale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, everybody kept trying to come up with Sony, just they bring this, they bring that shit. People don't be buying that shit over there. They talk about it. Yes, they bring great IPs over there, but they don't solicit those IPs like that. Sony is just happy that they keep them dormant off of everybody else's platform. That shit's going to change. So Sony's going to have to comply to what Xbox is going to be doing, because they're already doing it. And I know that there's PlayStation fans out there that try to tell you that it is going to happen otherwise. But all we have seen for the last 3 years, Sony doing exactly what Microsoft is doing. To try to compete.
Yeah, and just not as pro-consumer when it's all said and done. I think that you know, you look at the day and date when it comes to Game Pass.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with your point, bro.
Oh, no. I was just trying to say that I'm looking at what Supersonic Station is saying or whatever.
I'm watching your gameplay, dude. Every time you play this game, you make me want to play it, man. I don't know.
You need to get it. Man. It's a great game. It's fun as hell. Anyway, and matter of fact, they got the thing on sale. So the season pass on sale for $19. But anyway, damn it, I lost my train of thought. I got no. Let me try to get it back.
Well, while you're trying to get it back, yo, let me shout out my brother Carlos Alvarado. Yo, what is going on, brother? Hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much for the support. He says studios want to work with Xbox because of Phil, and you know, I definitely got to agree with you on that one. There are a lot of studios with how Phil Spencer conducts himself. I mean, I don't know what he says in these meetings with them, but they seem to always come out like, we really want to work with this guy. He knows what he's talking about. He's not just a business guy. He is a gamer. And it's good to see, man. Carlos, you're absolutely right, brother. Great super chat.
I'd like to thank the 72 viewers that are here watching the show. It's really appreciated. And we really enjoy the support that you're giving us. Hit that like and share for us, people. Keep the show rolling.
You heard the OG. You got to hit that like and share. K Mega, did you get your thought back?
Somewhat, but what the one point I was trying to make is because this whole notion of, you know, exclusives, they sell great on PlayStation, bro. There's out of all the exclusive games that PlayStation has had in their history, the ones that only stand out the most are about 6 to 7 games. Out of all the hundreds and hundreds of games that's been exclusive on PlayStation, it's only 6 to 8 at the max. Think about that. So, I mean, for them to keep those games away from other gamers because of their thought process, which has worked for 30 years, it's gonna be their undoing, because of the fact that they have got people conditioned thinking that exclusives are the lifeblood of these consoles, and they never were. There's only a few titles that get you to that generates enough money that can compete with the third party. Only a few. Only a few. Only Nintendo can actually sit there and say that their exclusives are the lifeblood of their console. Xbox and PlayStation cannot.
Well, no, when PlayStation
Period.
when it comes to exclusives, again, exclusives they give the platform its identity, its personality. But you look at, if you go back and look at the 360 era when Xbox 360s were flying off the shelves and everybody was talking about the 360, a lot of it was, Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K. And you can take that ideology and you can go into the
Gears and Halo.
You could go into the PS4 era.
Mostly Gears.
You can go into the PS4 era as well, where they had the Last of Us remastered. They had Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. They had Spider-Man, this and that, whatnot. But when you look at the bulk of what people were playing there, because they sold the most consoles, which means that they grabbed the casual market. If you look at the bulk of games that were being played, it was Call of Duty, it was Madden, it was NBA 2K. It's the same shit, man. Like,
right. And this one point, I'm gonna get ready to end it here because this is really the drop the mic moment, because this is the type of bullshit that people give out misinformation and they swear that they're the smartest people in the room, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? This comment right here, I know a ton of people are buying a PlayStation 5 for God of War, exclusive sales consoles, not subscriptions. There are more subscriptions right now on Xbox. Their subscription is, they got more subscribers than what God of War will probably sell within. Like, think about how long God of War is going to have to be out there before they sell. God of War is not going to sell 25 million, and I don't think that Game Pass users are just at 25 million right now.
I don't even think Spider-Man's at 25. I believe.
I think we talked about that. We talked about that last week, Mega.
I think Spider-Man maybe sold maybe 30 million, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Last time I saw it was like 18. That's
it's over 20. It's over 20. But the crazy thing about that is, like, what people keep forgetting, they are adding those games to their subscription so people can play them, and those games drop to like $8 to $5.
Well, and it helped them sell consoles, Mega, remember?
It's a remaster.
They do. So that doesn't make any sense when you try to say one particular game. Yeah, people will buy God of War, buy a PlayStation 5 for God of War. That's not false. But if you're trying to say that people ain't buying consoles for subscriptions, then why the hell is the Series S selling like it is?
Well, but dude, not only that,
because of the price and because of the subscription of Game Pass. You cannot mistake value, man. I don't get why people. I said this in my video yesterday. I don't get how people are constantly trying to fight value. Where people need more fucking.
I want to pay more for my games. I want to pay more.
They like those gas prices, bro. They're just sitting there like, yeah, let me just take it. Yeah.
It makes no damn sense to me. Like, I mean, do you go to Best Buy, and when you want to buy an appliance, do you say, man, I want that Samsung or that Maytag or this or whatever, and oh, I see this Maytag.
Wait for that bitch go on sale. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right. It's on clearance. Man, fuck that. I don't want that on clearance. Matter of fact, how about you charge me an extra $300 because that's what I am. I'm a person that wants to show that I want this product. Nobody in the history of their right mind.
I got $300 extra dollars for you for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. I just want to give you $300. Nobody. Why do people say the dumbest shit in the video game space, and when in all reality, with everything else in the world, everybody's trying to find some value, some way, shape, or form? You're not going to buy a damn car at double, triple the price if you can get the car at a lesser value. Why do you think that people sit there and go to fucking swap meets and shit like that and then try to haggle people to drop the prices down, or even garage sales? Hell, if garage sales wouldn't even be a thing if people was all trying to have this ideology of what some of these stupid ass stands say about the value and subscriptions and all this. Why the hell is all these damn subscription services is doing fantastic? Even if they lose some, they'll still gain some if they bring some great entertainment, because some people might be saying, well, you're charging us too much and you might take something away that I really enjoyed. And so, yeah, they leave. But if they just kept, if Netflix, for instance, just kept the shit that they had, people wouldn't have left. People wouldn't have left if the price was still the same and they kept it where people could still share with other friends. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all gotta stop
K
that
Mega,
shit. But anyway,
one thing about this whole subscriptions don't sell consoles, like, you know, talking about God of War, everything like that. One thing that person kind of maybe just forgot to realize, Sony just started their revamp of their subscription service as well. When they have a low period, which is coming, when they have a low period when it comes to their first party, what do you think they're going to promote on PlayStation? What do you think they're going to promote that, you know, is a reason for you to get a PS5? I guarantee you it's going to be their subscription service.
It's going to be their subscription service and a third party game. Mm-hmm. Like the majority, like you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at what Inferno Games is saying. Like, I mean, I've said this, we've all said this. Games, look, the exclusives, yes, they matter. I'm not saying that they don't matter, but they're not the lifeblood of these consoles, except for Nintendo. Nintendo's the only one that can say that because they don't have. But I guarantee you, if Nintendo had solid third party, that shit would be probably getting anywhere from 60 40 for people caring about the exclusives and caring about the what's called. But since Nintendo doesn't bring out a console that's comparable to what the PlayStation and what the Xbox brings, people are like, you know, I'm just here for the exclusive. If PlayStation, I mean, if Nintendo was still was still doing what, you know, bringing out consoles that was as powerful as everything else out there in the market,
we'd all be screwed.
Right. because people would be cared about the Call of Duties, the NBA 2Ks, the Maddens. Come on, man. It's not Sony's. That's why. So if Sony, if the last point, because I know I want to get out of here, and I want to get out of here too. If everything was all good about Sony's exclusive, why the hell is PlayStation, or I should say Sony, acting a fool like they are about Call of Duty?
Because it's their lifeblood, man. It's their lifeblood.
Think about that. If the exclusives is what, you know, it sells consoles, it pushes everything. It is all the end all. It's the PlayStation exclusives. Okay. So why are they acting like this, sounding like crybabies, trying to stop a deal that doesn't even concern them?
They're going to sell the damn game there.
If you think about it. So if the exclusives was the thing that mattered, then yeah, okay. But we all know that they've even said it themselves, Call of Duty, which is always number one on their list, is what generates the most sales for them. It's the Fortnites, it's the Call of Duties, it's the Maddens, it's the 2Ks, it's the FIFAs.
Well, that right there,
they don't have their own multiplayer.
That's one of their major concerns then when it comes to Call of Duty. Even though, like, I don't understand it because again, it's remaining multi-platform. But you know, the microtransactions from Call of Duty in terms of sales, you know, the percentage that goes to Sony, you know, they are definitely trying to protect that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they make a lot of money off that game.
Yeah, but the larger half is going to go to Microsoft of that content.
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, you know.
So they go about, I guess, 2-3 Call of Duty iterations, maybe 4. They're gonna make their money back right then and there off of Sony.
What's really gonna be insane?
They're gonna make their money off of. They're gonna make their money off of War
and PC.
What's really gonna be insane is once this deal is finalized and all the Call of Duties go into Game Pass, that subscription service is gonna absolutely blow up. Because one thing I do know about the Call of Duty community, there's always past Call of Duties that they're, you know, these people are always like really fond of and stuff. And if there's a service that has those Call of Duties there with active servers, you know, the online is active and everything. And you know, Xbox is great with keeping their servers online. I mean, they just, what was it, like
All the Activision
a year or
servers
two
are up
ago?
and running
A
still.
year or two ago, they finally shut off the Halo 2 original 360 servers. So they're known for keeping servers up for a long ass time. And once all those games go into Game Pass, that shit is gonna blow up. Like I don't see anybody predicting that yet. But yo, that is just gonna go through the freaking roof right there.
Can I make a point real quick?
Go ahead.
To everybody real quick. If Game Pass was not making Microsoft money, and we know how Microsoft would just kill something if it doesn't work, Game Pass would have been gone. So obviously they're making money.
You know, it might not be necessarily now. I believe that they realize that
no, they're taking a loss. Technically,
you got to spend money to make money, and they're
But
building.
not that big of a loss though, guys. It's not that big of a loss for them if they are making a little loss.
See, the whole thing.
They're spending more money than they're making right now.
Real quick. Within business now, Predator. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. Within business right now, they're in a part of their kind of like business planning where they're spending a lot of money. They're buying these studios, they're buying these publishers. They bought ZeniMax. They're in the middle of buying Activision Blizzard. So it's not necessarily how much this subscription is making right now, because they're in that mode of investment within that service. Am I wrong on that, Pred?
They know they're going to make a profit on it at some point, so that's why it's why it's called investing. You know, you put money into something that may lose money in the beginning, but it's going to end up making a profit for you in the long run. So they forecast this stuff out years and years out. So yeah, they may lose money now, but they know, you know, once these games start rolling out, and you know that and other stuff they're doing with you know their business structure, it's going to end up making money for them. I mean, like look how Game Pass has grown. You know, in the beginning it wasn't shit. You know, we had what, like
5 million, I think.
It's like we didn't have a lot in there, and then it's grown every
indie
month
games
since
and 360 games in there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Man.
So
yeah.
I mean, you're partially right. I mean,
they're not necessarily looking at like, okay, how much is it making right now? Because they're still in the kind of like investment phase of the whole thing.
But if they didn't see a future, they would have been cut Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, they see in the future.
Definitely agree with
plans
that.
Are working.
Yeah,
you know, the way they
Microsoft
want
is really about numbers, which actually got them to make a couple decisions that they had to like roll back on, because the numbers were saying, you know, like how sharing to Twitter your screenshots or something through the UI, their numbers showed that not a lot of people use that, so they kind of took it out, and then they caught a bunch of backlash from it. So they do look at these numbers, and you know,
realize people do use it.
Yeah. So now I hope a lot more people.
Well, they listened, which I was surprised. I was really surprised about that.
They're not Sony, of course they listen.
Oh damn!
Well, guys, on that note, that was our last topic for tonight. Yo, huge shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you haven't done it yet, I didn't do it, so I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out. Let people know that we are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. to talk about the gaming news, and of course, you know, give you some entertainment as well. We're not gonna be just dry and this happened and this happened. No, we're try to liven it up and make it entertaining for you as well. But on that note, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And I started with the OG. I'm going to end with the OG first. Sir X-Man, dude, you are sounding better week over week. I just want to let you sound better this week than you did last week, man. So that was really good to hear. Dude, what have you been up to, man? Have you been streaming? Do you want to let people know about your Twitch channel? What do you got to share with people today, man?
No, but you hurt my feelings earlier.
How did I hurt your feelings?
Because you said all the panel members, but you didn't even include me. You hurt me.
When did I say what?
Can you just make Sir X a panel member? Good love.
Emotional damage.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
No, we need to hear it from the host. That's what
I know.
There's a process.
I don't
we gotta
think
go
he
through.
likes me. I don't
There's
think
a process we gotta go through.
He likes me enough for
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, I give up. I'm never gonna bring it up
things
again.
happen to him first before he can become a panel member.
Right.
You
Yeah.
say I gotta come
Yeah,
with
yeah,
him. What he said.
That's some,
No, he
and-
just
and
has to
hard
sub
objects.
to your OnlyFans. Okay.
And exotic
yeah. You got to rub yourself with exotic butters and.
Well,
and
I'm kind of recovering right now. So I
Mayonnaise.
don't think I can do the OnlyFans. though. That's crap gamers thing. I don't do the mayonnaise.
Oh shit.
But hopefully I'll still keep coming the next podcast. I got my buddy K Mega tomorrow, which I am a panel member of. You know what I'm saying?
Tomorrow.
Huh?
I'm not doing the show tomorrow.
Oh, you're not doing the show?
I'm just playing.
Why you fuck with the old man,
dude? Why you gotta make a dick move on me? That's fucked up, bro.
Everybody got fuck with the old man. Why?
I gotta
You figure X-Spot hurt my feelings, he might as well jump in the party. But I'm recovering real good, so I expect to get back to normal soon. I was able to play a little bit of games, Mortal Kombat with Crispy on Sunday, so that helped me a little bit. But other than that, y'all, I'm just trying to get back to it. I'll announce when I'll be streaming and playing more games, and I might be trying to set up like a game night with just people just come in and play like a random multiplayer or something like that. I was thinking about that. But other than that, that's about it. Everyone be safe, have fun, and come back next week to support Xbox 448 and the panel.
Nice. Thank you, brother. You heard him. He said you got to come back next week. So everybody that's in the chat right now, drop any plans that you have for next Thursday because you're gonna be here.
Yeah, because I might not be here because I'm not a panel member.
Oh,
Not
man.
yet. Bananas and exotic butters. Oh my God, perfect timing.
That was funny. That was funny.
Let's go to Crispy next. Yo, Crispy, bro, you weren't here last week. Your triumphant return this week, man. And of course, as always,
playing with dolphins.
You are never.
I'm as smart as a fucking dolphin too, baby. Let's go.
You are never afraid to share your opinion as well, man. What do you got going on throughout the week? What do you want to let people know? Where are you going to be, sir?
I have my picket sign up right now. Make sure X-Men a panel member and stop the bullshit. At Christian Bomb on Twitter, Christian Bomb 20 Xbox Live. You can find me on the Retro Renegades Tuesday night, 7 p.m. We got Primetime Gaming, 7 p.m. Wednesday. And of course, you can find me back here on the next podcast, 8 p.m. Primetime, baby.
Time. That's right, man. Awesome. Yo, Pred, what do you got going on, man? You started your own channel. You're gonna do your own podcast. What's popping, man? What do you got to tell people?
Nope, doing that shit no more. I don't know. Actually, Tuesday's my birthday, so I'll be celebrating this weekend. And
Happy birthday, bro!
Weekend?
Happy birthday!
Well, I'm celebrating this weekend. I'm going to my hometown to see my daughter this weekend.
Happy 47th birthday, sir.
So when is your birthday?
It's Tuesday, 16th.
Oh, okay. So you are Virgo. You are
I'm a Leo.
Virgo as me.
Is that his 69th birthday?
Holy shit!
Leo.
Who cares about zodiac signs?
On the 22nd.
Yo, are you trying to hit on Predator or something? Like, oh, you're
I know.
Virgo.
You trying to co-star?
Yeah.
I said tongue in cheek, baby.
No, I thought he was a legendary Virgo like myself because my birthday is this week. Is it on the 25th of this month? So, but now
I think
since he
the
said
Leo's
he's
in. I think we in like at the 26th or something like that. So
no,
I don't know.
26 because mine is the 25th. But anyway, when you said he was a Leo, I was like,
what the fuck was that?
Anyway, but
Virgo started the 23rd because my birthday is August 22nd. I'm on the cusp.
23rd.
I'm Leo and Virgo, so I'm both.
You can't be Virgos are very, very.
So you're fucking magical.
Nobody cares about zodiac signs. Nobody.
Nobody cares about caught out, but it's in the
It's
description.
caught out, baby.
Anyway,
Caught out.
I'm doing my fucking outro. I'll see y'all next week.
Will you let Brett give his outro for the love of
Happy
God?
birthday, Fred.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll celebrate all week, so I may or may not be here, depending on how drunk I feel.
Fucking alcoholic.
Whatever.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
drinking
retired,
fucking
yeah,
alcohol right now,
I'm already
motherfucker.
retired, so I can do what the fuck I want. How about that?
That's true. That's true. That is true.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
All right. Well, next on the list, K Mega. K Mega, are you doing a show? You not doing a show? What's going on tomorrow, man? That's blasphemy right there. That you would do that to the Sega side. That's horrible.
Awesome.
And I cannot forgive you. I cannot forgive you for that.
How you cannot forgive me for that?
Messy.
That is beautiful.
He just mad because he ain't got a soundboard, K Mega.
Oh, I could
I
get
know.
one. I could get
I
one.
know.
It's
Yeah,
a beautiful like me.
I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to make a soundboard that much better than K Mega's, man. I
You
don't-
can't,
I don't
man.
wanna do
You have no choice but to fail. Like I mean, people they expect.
I'm gonna take that as a
K-Mega
challenge.
sound
I'm gonna take
bite.
that. I'm gonna take that as a
And
challenge,
other,
bro.
you know what? I mean, listen,
That's
man.
it.
I that's fine.
He's scared of that show because it'd be soundboard versus soundboard.
And my shit will be incredible. Anyway, check out the GRG podcast tomorrow. We'll be light because I didn't have no special guest or nothing. We just, you know what I'm saying? It'll just be a few of us on there. So Lord have mercy.
You get Supersonic.
You know what?
You get Supersonic on there, so he can
If
express
Supersonic
himself.
Station if Supersonic wanted to come on to GRG, he is very welcome to come on. You know, he comes with that bullshit. We will definitely put him in check, but we will do it respectfully because we respect everybody's opinion. So, you know what I'm saying? That's
The
no
respectful
problem.
check.
I've been knowing Supersonic for a while. Yeah, we'll give you that respectful slander. But anyway, but yeah, check out the GRG podcast tomorrow night. Yeah, man, I'm streaming. I will say this: Watch Dogs 2 is an incredible game. I love that game. I did not know that I was going to like that game like that. So I recommend anybody to give it a shot. It is very, very unique. It's a really cool kick-ass.
I still have Watch Dogs Legion.
Yo, Sonic wants to go on GRG, but he also wants Predator to be there as well.
I mean, if Pred want to come on, he's got the invite anytime. So it is great. It is great. But anyway, we'll get out of here, man. We'll be streaming. We'll be streaming this weekend. Me and Don. And,
I'll be
anybody
working.
else want to come and join us? And I will be doing fight nights this week. So this coming up Sunday. So come and
Any
support
good
that.
any good fighting games playing?
At like 11 o'clock at night, as usual.
I will try to do it earlier. I promise you. I will try to do it earlier. I know a lot of people want me to do it earlier. I said I was going to start doing it more during the week and stuff like that. So I still got plans. I'm working with somebody on an idea of doing tournaments and stuff like that. So keep your eyes posted for that.
As long as it's not 11 o'clock, dude. Like I've hit you up at like 9, and I'm like, bro, come on, dude, are we doing this or not? And then you're like,
oh my God, I've never seen a
Yeah.
kid up. Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah, sure. You remember when we went early, and guess what happened? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
What
we was
happened?
playing Mortal
Don't
Kombat
forget.
when you was playing
Don't
Watch
forget
Dog.
what?
Man,
Don't forget what? Don't forget what? I mean, you got. I will do it early just for you, Chris, because you start talking that shit. Will get reminded.
Dude,
because
we've already
already
been
my
through this.
trade.
I mean, we
Yeah,
broke
no.
even, right?
I was up a little bit, but
Yeah,
you
okay.
play better than I thought.
K
But I didn't play
Mega
you with,
never
all
gonna
kinds of
agree
people
with
also.
like we cut even. He's always gonna try
Yeah,
to
I
grab
ain't gonna
the-
never
that
do no
little
shit.
Oh,
next
of course,
better.
of course. I'll just play him in Soul Calibur and be like, oh fuck, yeah.
that's what I wanted to play you in last week. Remember?
I'll play
Yeah.
Soul Calibur. That'll be the
My
first game I
homie
play. Let's
K
go.
Mega does
That'll
not
work.
want to see me in
Wait,
Demon
I'll
Slayer.
be there
That's all I
Sunday
know.
for Soul
Bro, I'll
Calibur.
see you in Demon Slayer, man.
You don't want that.
Now he wants all the smoke. He wants
don't
it
want that.
I
everywhere.
want all the smoke. We could do 3-4 games. Shit. I mean, you ask Yobi. We go in games outside. When they come in there, we go all night long. So yeah, get some of the work you want. You want some of this smoke, you get.
As long as it's early, I'll
I'm
give
out.
you 3 hours if it's like 7 o'clock or something.
Okay, I'll do it around. Your 7 o'clock is
It's 8 o'clock for
8
them.
o'clock for me. So I'll do it 8. I'll start 8:30. So Sunday.
Okay.
That's
Man,
9
that's
We'll
here.
play Soul
That's
Calibur
9
the
here,
first
bro.
game. What are you
8
talking about?
on
That's-
your side is 9.
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
you're right. That would be 6
We're an
o'clock.
hour
Holy
ahead.
shit.
That's,
We
I
live
was
in
just
the
letting them
future.
try to
So-
freaking
We live in the
fix my.
future. Hey, Mega.
All right, so I'll do. Okay, so I'll do it. I'll start. Well, it gets 9 o'clock.
It's
Okay,
a class
so I'll do it
good
at
for
7.
viewers.
Okay,
too,
start
I'll
at
do it
7:30 Central
7:30
Time,
Central Time,
and
I'll start
that'll be
7:30.
8:30 here.
That'd
We're
be good.
good.
That'd be good for
I'm doing
viewers too. Okay.
7:30. I get my views, so that ain't no problem like that. You better
Well,
watch
I'm
it.
just trying to help,
damn!
dude.
Listen to
That's
this
all.
dude.
Yeah, boy.
Hey
I'm
guys,
just trying to help.
on that note, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. And Crispy, we all know that is.
Exotic butters.
I'm gonna whoop y'all ass. I'm gonna whoop anybody come in that motherfucker Sunday night. You better not be a
Wow,
podcast
he's
coming
getting-
in my
He's,
fight
he-
night.
he's
You
getting,
gonna
he's
get
getting
it.
all hyper.
Exotic butters.
He's getting all
I'm
hyper.
getting hype right now. I'm getting hype.
Guys, thank you
as
so
hell.
much for hanging out with us, yo. If you
Let's
haven't
get
done it
them
yet,
going, people.
hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. And as always, yo, it helps out the show a bunch. Share the show out. Let people know that we come together. We are live every Thursday. But thank you again, and we will see you next Thursday for the next podcast. Have a great night,
Prime
everybody.
time,
There it
baby.
is. There it is.
We will use the old ways.
Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we then could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me,